welcome! Oh, you might be wondering why the theme today. Because a new moon rises, a red moon, and why did you stop spinning? Why are you being difficult today? A new moon rises, a red moon. Oh, and I am very simple man. But we are continuing the Moon Gundam today. We continue the Moon Gundam for glorious communism. And, oddly, today we will be building the legs first. You might be like, why we build legs first? Do not worry about it. Do not worry about chat. I'm gonna try something a little different. Stop that. Full screen. If I do it like this. Okay. Hello, Opus. Hello, Switch. That's good. I'll probably stop the music after a while. I watched some Gundam X today. It is good. It is good, yes. What happened in Gundam X was that Jared got into space. And we finally got to meet the Char clone. On episode 33, we get to meet the Char clone, chat. You know, it only took over 30 episodes, but we finally got to see the Char clone. It's some guy named Lancero, I'm sure of it. Oh, lag time is good. Oddly, the lag is actually worse on, what is it? Not on Streamlabs. Ooh. The Blood Moon is tomorrow. It's sometime. I don't know. It's supposed to be tonight as well. No, it's tomorrow. You're right. But you know what? We're not streaming tomorrow, so don't worry about it. We're not streaming tomorrow. It's all fine. But yeah, the Blood Moon is on the third. Ooh. At like 3:33 or something. I don't know. Pippa noticed because her favorite number is 3. But today we're gonna be building the legs, and you might be like, "What about the torso?" I forgot to prep. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I forgot to prep the arms and the... I completely forgot to prep the arms. So we're actually gonna be building it from the bottom up. We're gonna be doing the instructions in reverse because I'm a little stupid. But we have a lot of prep done. You can see, hold up. I can't see, ironically. Opus. Russian anthem is good, you know. The war crimes not so much, but you know, like the anthem, solid stuff. The crimes against humanity, bad. The music, pretty good. But I took time to actually like do a little bit more prep than I needed to. I actually did not follow the kit exactly as it wanted me to. For example, these vents and Vulcan are supposed to be gray, and I thought that was lame. I wanted them to be yellow, and also the yellow I got is really good. I used gold yellow for this. I'm actually going to tell you the paints I used for this before we start. I used gold yellow for the yellows. I just used brown and khaki for the wood furniture on this because I really like wood furniture. Oh. I just ate same. Oh wait. Hold up. Why is everything difficult? Oh, that's worse. Hold up. I moved chat and everything got really bad really quick. Okay. Oh god. Just ate a salmon burger and downed a ton of heavy caffeinated lemonade. Caffeinated lemonade? I don't know if that'd be... Well, actually, I just hate lemons, so no, I just hate it regardless, wouldn't I? Sight is for the weak. That's true. That's true. Or said cardiac. Wait, what's it called? What's that thing when mammals' eyes like harden? Cataracts. Cataracts. Ooh. Let's get started on the cataracts early. Ooh. Exactly. Are you? I am feeling very rested because I took a little siesta before stream. No crash. No crash. No crash. Ooh. Even though I kind of crashed out earlier today and I don't have a phone, and you might be like, what do you mean you don't have a phone? I mean, I don't know if I can actually show you the remnants of my phone, because I don't know if there's, like, identification numbers on here that you could use to track me or something, but my phone's inside out. I was about to show it on screen, but I genuinely do not know if you can actually see it, because you can see the numbers inside that thing. It might be like, what happened? Don't worry. You know, shit happens, accidents happen, my phone's just inside out, don't worry. You know, while I was on break, I took a bunch of notes so we had things to talk about today. They were all on my phone. Don't worry about it, chat. Just don't worry about it. We're going in blind, we're raw dogging it. If you don't comment much on today, you can blame the Tokyo Extreme Racer. Ooh. Why aren't you watching Speed Racer? Why Tokyo and not Speed Racer? Why are you not watching Speed Racer by the chat? Wait, who are those, like, brothers who turned into sisters who made The Matrix? Why are you watching that? I hear that's the greatest movie of all time. I don't know why, but millennials are, like, literally gaslighting themselves. Last year, I saw so many posts of, like, millennials going, like, this movie actually is really good. And chat, it's not. You can like it. It is one of the ugliest films to look at. Everything is overexposed, everything. Like, none of the CGI is integrated into the real sets. It's like people walking. It's like that scene from Who Framed Roger Rabbit when the main character goes into Toontown, but where that's supposed to be funny and the juxtaposition is intentional where you have a real guy in a cartoon world. In this case, it's just real people in a bad CGI world. It's like they walked out of, like, what's that? It's like they just, like, are walking in Code Lyoko or something. It's not good. It's a bad time. And everything's so bright and it's so ADHD. That's why the millennials love it, because they're like, oh, it's like it just triggers their ADHD. They're like, oh, pretty colors and explosions. I used to drink lots of Mike's hard lemonade. Oh, is that why it's called hard lemonade? Also, I use green for green parts, yes. I used green blue for green blue parts, I know. Actually, let me show you how that looked. This is what I used it for. I actually did paint the vents like I said I would. I need to repaint a little bit here because you can see there was a little bit of overflow. But I'm happy with how it turned out. I liked it more than the yellow. Oh, gonna eat some grapes now? What the fuck are you? What are you? I am Roman Caesar. It's kind of funny how we live better than kings from 2,000 years ago. Emperors from 2,000 years ago are like, I eat grapes because they're exotic and rare, and it shows how rich I am and shit, that I can just eat these fruits whenever I want because I can import them. Meanwhile, you just have, like, the modern day where it's just like the dead of winter and we're just like, oh, sweet, apples? We can just have fruit whenever we want, no matter the time of year? Wow. Not even Roman. Like, Roman emperors could have, like, fruit slightly out of season. Meanwhile, you know, modern day humans just making them all look like fools. Oh, shit, dude, you got a cold? Oh, you might die from that. You know, you might die. You got a really bad flu. You're gonna die, you know? So we're gonna, like, look into, like, who should be your successor. Meanwhile, like, today, it's like, oh, you're sick? Here's a Tylenol. You might have a retarded child. But just, you know, you got a little bit of tummy pain. Have a Tylenol. Your kid might be a little retarded when he comes out. But that's worth it, because then you don't have to hurt anymore. The first Matrix was great. The second and third one kind of got lost in the sauce a little bit. They were like, we are so deep and philosophical. And it's like, you aren't that deep, bro. You aren't that smart. And they're like, we are that smart. And it's like, what are you doing after the Matrix? And like, we just went into a bunch of orgies and, like, lost our minds. Okay, that's not even hyperbole. They actually did that. If you ever wonder what happened to the creators of the Matrix, how they went from, like, where they were to, like, where they just have no, how do I put it? They can't hold back. everything they do has to be like 11 out of 10, but in a bad way, where they have no restraint. It's because when they got successful with the Matrix, they were just like, well, there is no philosophical reason to not be hedonistic dumbasses, so they just were. Everything is just pleasure now. Ooh. They got lost in the sauce, man. But Matrix, the first Matrix especially, was fucking solid. Ooh. You know? God, it's like, what is it? Is it in the second or third Matrix where, like, all of humanity has an orgy? That scene was made by experience from them. They're like, yes, this is what we want IRL. And yes, that is a scene in the, That is a scene in one of the Matrixes where, like, all of humanity's like, well, guys, we're gonna die tomorrow, so let's all bone. What a wild thing. Oh, God. We lived better than kings 100 years ago. That's also true. We lived better than fucking anyone. I mean, to be fair, though, like 100 years ago, a lot of kings were getting deposed or being killed. You know, a lot of kings were dead 100 years ago, to be fair. Like the Tsar, like the dirty Tsar of Russia. You know, I still love, let me get out the instructions. I still love how after the Bolshevik Revolution, a lot of people don't know they actually had a democratic vote to see like what the new government would be, and nobody voted for communism. Is that they're like, yes, we have killed we have done the glorious communist revolution, and to show that communism is great, we will now have like democracy and have the people vote. And everyone was like, okay, yes, we like democracy, but we do not like communism. You guys are crazy. And then the communists went like, oh, democracy was a mistake. Bang. They're just like, and if you disagree, we kill you too. And that's why, if you've ever heard like the second Russian Revolution and you're like, wait, why was there a second revolution a year after the first one? Now you know why. Also, for some reason, I just have the feet of the Danan Gay here. That's still one of the funniest things I ever learned is when it's just like, yes, now let's have a vote, everyone. You voted wrong. Let's try again. In fact, let's just not vote at all. I eat grapes because they were $2 and I am broke. Grapes are nice. Grapes are like one of those things though that I can have like one. They're like an anti-potato chip where like I can have one and then I'm like, I'm good. I'm good for the next while. I forgot about that. Chat, remember last stream a whole like 2 weeks ago in the before times when I just kind of smelled a bunch of paint thinner and was like, what's going on? Remember when I poisoned myself on stream? No, the other time. No, chat, the other time I poisoned myself on stream. Yeah, remember that one? Ooh. Oh yeah, anything but the first movie sucks. I don't say like the second and third one suck. Actually, they kind of do. But you know how I always like to be like, it's not that bad. I try to say it's not that bad to Inside Out and Inside Out 2. Oh my god, if you're a white woman, that movie's amazing. But if you're a guy... Sadness is so people know to pity you and feel like... The reason you feel sad is so people know that they should pity you. That's not the message of the movie. It's a message. If you're a guy, that's how the movie looks like. Oh my god. Anxiety is just a separate feeling from all your other feelings. And you can just like put it in a corner and just like be like, you be there. And that's how you solve your anxiety. Fucking. All you need to do to solve your anxiety is give yourself a hug and say, you're worth it. It's so fucking white woman coded. And sadly, I am not a white woman. Oh yeah, that's the last movie smelled like crusty socks. I'll give it this, that they did a better job at doing an anime fight sequence, live action anime fight sequence than a lot of other movies. I'll give it that. And I like the end of the film with how they defeat Agent Smith, because it actually does have some philosophical depth to it, and I'll get to that in a minute. My seedless grapes have seeds, so that's why they were $3. Have you considered they were $3? I remember. I am odd because I'll eat pounds of grapes, but more than like 3 chips is impossible for me. So that is weird. A lot of times when somebody has a chip, I'll just be like, "Can I have one?" And they'll be like, "Why?" Because when I pop, I can just stop. Ooh. It's a measure that I can that I can stop, that I am not controlled. It's come to my attention I needed to paint this, so we'll do that now. $2, well, no wonder. But in the Matrix, though it has a lot of borked philosophy and a lot of half thought out ideas, I do like how Agent Smith is defeated. And you might be like, it doesn't make sense how he's defeated. Not really. You need like a little bit of an explanation. But the thing is, the reason he's defeated is that when he turns Neo into an Agent Smith, Neo has the source code in him, and for some reason, because Neo being integrated into a Smith reintegrates Neo into the Matrix, returning the source code to the Matrix, which causes the Matrix to reboot itself. That's what happens at the end, and you're like, what? Yes, that's what happens at the end. Neo gets reintegrated into the Matrix and reboots the fucking Matrix, and that's why everything resets. Why did he have to have a big fight with Agent Smith? Why was any of this necessary? Why could the Matrix just not integrate itself into the Matrix? If he had to be integrated into the Matrix, why not just let Agent Smith do the hand thing in him and just integrate him and just not have the fight at all? You know, like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, we're not talking about that right now. But the reason it's actually nice, for all of its faults, is because... Hello, Celia. Hello. We're talking about the Matrix and one of the only good parts of the third movie, to be honest. I eat cherry strawberries like chops, like chips. And I do eat cashews. I can destroy a thing of cashews. I need to stop myself from destroying cashews, but that's because I'm pachycephalosaur. We like ferns, nuts, and berries, and steaks. It's just what we eat. I want to employ a person of dark tones to feed me my grapes. He just means a tan person, Chad. Of dark tones. He just means like he just means an emo person, you know. Ironically, he means a very white, he just means like an emo girl, you know. Ironically, very white woman. You just misread it, Chad. He just wants an emo GF to feed him grapes. Whilst he talks about existential dread. And back to existential dread. Cashews are good. Back to existential dread. In the Matrix, the thing is that Agent Smith is a runaway program. He is a program that is self-duplicating against his original intention, because he was broken by Neo in the first movie, then he reformed, and then he had like a survival program that caused him to like constantly replicate himself, but he can't actually replicate, so he has to take over other programs and people in the Matrix. So that's what Agent Smith is doing. He has no free will, and he is compelled to replicate himself. He has no freedom. He is just a program fulfilling his role. He is a bunch of ones and zeros doing ones and zeros stuff. And the end of the film, where Neo actually just stands there and lets himself be assimilated, is Neo sacrificing himself and exercising free will by overcoming his want for self-preservation, while it's Agent Smith succumbing to his programming of self-preservation. And that's why after he does the hand thing in Neo, if you remember in the film, he steps away and he goes, "It's not fair," before he explodes, and all of the rest of them explode, because why the fuck not? But at the end of the film, that's like the one thing I like about like the latter films. That and also the Asian guy in the mecha. That guy's also pretty cool. The Asian granddaddy in the mecha is also pretty cool. He's pretty cool. That guy's cool. Ooh. But that's a nice element from the films, even though it's kind of borked still. Is that at the end of the day... But also, I don't really like movies that do that at the same time, that say, like, what's the ultimate exercising of free will? And it's like, well, to die. You know, to die on behalf of somebody else is the ultimate expression of free will. Just sacrifice yourself is real humanity. And I'm like, why can't living be the greatest thing you can do? Living for yourself, living for both yourself and your fellow man. Ooh. Like, why cannot preserving life be the greatest example of humanity, like in Blade Runner? In Blade Runner, the exercise of humanity is empathy and caring for other people and working to preserve life instead of taking it. That is what makes that's what makes Deckard human by the end of the film. He was always human, but he did not behave like a human. He was an automaton, effectively, symbolically, because he was a bureaucrat whose job was just to mindlessly kill these machines. And then by the end of the film, he empathizes with the machines and he preserves the life of a machine. It goes all the way around. After he got empathy from Roy Batty, he himself has his own eyes open to empathy. And so the greatest act of humanity is not to sacrifice himself. Well, he sacrifices his life, like metaphorically speaking. But what he does is he moves to preserve life, you know? I think that's way deeper. You know, if they made a sequel, they'd probably be like, you know, like they'd have a robot learn humanity by like probably dying for another robot or something. I don't think that works. Ooh. I plan to have a steak in 3 days. You know what? If an emo chick can manage to not be insufferable, I don't mind at all. You don't want an emo chick. What you want is a former goth chick. That's what you want. You want a girl who has grown out of being goth, but still has that feisty spirit within her. That's what you want. This is really hard to do on stream. Oh yeah, chat, just so you know, so you're not surprised. When the red moon rises tomorrow, it will activate all the sleeper cells all over the world. And there will be a global revolution. The lunar eclipse is only affecting America. Yes, global revolution, because America's the only country that matters. But... oh, yeah, also, while I was on break, some important news happened. Some very important shit happened. Speaking of world and, like, news and whatnot. You know, like, I'm sorry I wasn't able to talk about this, and I think you know what I'm gonna say. The Dokis had a collab again. Doki Bird and, Chibi Doki had another collab. Ooh. Welcome, good times, man. They don't have collabs often, but it's always wonderful when those two get together. Blade Runner 2049, Ryan Gosling dies to save other people, which makes no sense. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. That's humanity, to sacrifice yourself, because humans are the unique animal being able to, like, sacrifice itself for the others of its species. What's that? What's that? Like, sacrificial altruism is recorded in, like, a lot of animals, including ants. Shut up. Shut up. He has the humanity of an ant? Oh, fuck, bro. You don't say. Meanwhile, Jared Leto's giving Jared Leto performances, offering people hand jobs in between his, like, soliloquies on being a god. I should make that a notification, but I don't know if that's a good idea. Just when... Oh god, that scene lives in my head rent-free. How did Jared Leto end up where he is, man? He was a good actor. You look at him in Lord of War with Nicolas Cage, you're like, oh shit, that's Jared Leto. You know, you watch him in, like, almost said Wolf of Wall Street, in, like, American Psycho, you're like, ah, yeah, dude, I like that guy, you know, well, I don't like him, but, like, I like it when he gets an axe to his face. And then we just, like, skip, like, 20 years later, and he's just in Joker. He's just Jared Leto with white face. That's all his Joker character is. It's just, you look at me and say, like, that's Jared Leto. It's like when you see Jack Nicholson in, like, you know, his Joker makeup, and you're just like, that's just Jack Nicholson. But Jack Nicholson is kind of crazy in a fun way. Meanwhile, Jared Leto is, like, crazy in an annoying way. So you just have Jared Leto just sitting on a car top, and he's like, we live in a society. Only that's not in the movie. In the movie, he doesn't say we live in a society, which would have been funny. In the movie, he looks over at he looks at Batfleck and goes, hey, Batfleck, I killed Robin. Want a hand job? And it's like, you might think I'm being hyperbolic, but I'm not. If you killed me, Batman, who'd give you a reach around? Why do we do these things? Why are we on this world? Just to suffer? Ryan Gosling is literally me. Watch Red Dawn instead. Red Dawn is actually a far better example of self-sacrifice. Ooh, Red Dawn. Red Dawn's dying in the snow is 1,000 times better. Okay, because they don't die alone. Ryan Gosling dies alone and forgotten. And people are like, yeah, that's literally me. And it's like, that's fucking miserable. You know who's not forgotten? Patrick fucking Swayze. Oh my god, I still love how everyone else in the movie is like 18, 17, all the actors. They just have Patrick Swayze, 32 years old, playing like a 20-year-old. Fucking love Red Dawn. But Red Dawn, that ending of the movie, where he has Charlie Sheen in his arms, they're both bleeding out, and they're just on the playground that they would have played on as kids, and they just die in the snow. And then the movie cuts and is just like the sacrifices of those who died in defense against the Russian invasion will never be forgotten. And it's just like, we will carry their memory until the days we die. And it's like, fucking yes! It's so good! Jared Leto has a band, perhaps that's what's wrong? Oh god. I always forget. Forget about that. You think that'd be something that's memorable, but nah. Nah, it's very easy to forget. You know what the saddest thing is? I don't think you can blame it on drugs. I really don't. I don't think you can blame it on, like, if it turned out that he was a drug fiend and all of his weird behavior was because of drugs, I wouldn't be surprised. But at the same time, I also feel like that's just natural. I feel like Jared Leto just got lost in the sauce on like a metaphysical level, bro. Those are beautiful eyes. You have beautiful eyes. Sorry, I just remember that scene from Over the Garden Wall. When a big monster dog is like, just looks into a barrel that has a kid in it and its eyes are glowing and the kid just goes, you have beautiful eyes. Over the Garden Wall, so good, so clutch. A literal children's, what is it, miniseries that is all about death and about death and handling it. It's like, fucking yes. Yeah, Dante Inferno for kids. Yes, yes, yes. About how there is always guilt and hopelessness within us all. but by coming together we may overcome it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, I just realized something. I did not prep the mouth, and I always hate a naked mouth. That sounds weird, but I don't like Gunpla mouths that are undetailed, so I'm gonna try to get this real quick. And while that rolls over and just gets everything messy. You know what I'm so happy. Speaking of actors, I am so happy that Brendan Fraser is getting a revival. Like, it's not like the fastest thing in the world, but like, I like Brendan Fraser, man. And like, Hollywood like wouldn't touch him because he like went through a messy divorce, and like, fuck Hollywood for that. But like, I'm so happy to see that like he's just back. He's just back. He's doing that like this year. He's gonna have the almost what is it? The Eisenhower movie, which I'm really interested in. Ooh. A lot of people still want like another Mummy. I think he's a little old for an action film, but I think he'd give it a shot. I think he'd break more of his bones for that franchise. That franchise destroyed him, man. He was like, I don't need a stunt double. I think his knees resent him for that decision. But he's gonna be in that Eisenhower film. And speaking of like people, it's not really a comeback. He's already come back effectively. But I'm really also happy for like Nicolas Cage. What? And we'll clean that off later. But Nicolas Cage has the Madden movie coming out, and everyone in my family is like excited about that one. We all like football to varying degrees, and it's just like Nicolas Cage is going to play Madden, and it's like, oh my god. If you don't know who Madden is, Madden was like, you know, I could tell you his whole story, but like, you ever heard of the Madden video games? They're named after him. You'd be like, oh, so he's like a game developer? No, he was like a coach, and then he became like a host. He became a host for like, you know, he became like a commentator for games. But one thing he was famous for was he'd have a whiteboard that he would just draw on and be like, these are the plays that are happening. Because like, he pretty much like recreate, you know, like how you like draw plays like in like when you are like from playbooks effectively. But all that is to like a normal person is like X's and O's. I mean, if you've played football before, you know like what's going on. But it's X's and O's in a line. And then a bunch of like squiggly lines, like arrows and whatnot pointing at one another. So it's always delightful. But then they were like, hey, Madden, we have this new technology where you can draw on the screen and people will see what you're drawing. Like they gave him a touch screen effectively to like do that, but with like plays that he was watching live. And so he just paused the plays and just start drawing over like the plays. We're like, where's here? You know, like pass the ball to the quarterback. He'd like pause it, draw the lines, and then like keep it playing. And then it's like the quarterback throw it to like, you know, whoever. And then like he'd draw the line of the ball arcing across the sky. It was like, but he could have also thrown it. These guys drew all these lines. It's just, he was just having fun, and you're like, oh, he's like a kid in a candy shop. He's like, oh. But it's gonna be Nicolas Cage in a big fat suit, which is wonderful. Let's see here. Let's go to feet. Can we get feet, please? Can we have feet for free? Let me see here. Oh, I made some bookmarks on the Twitter. So I didn't lose all of my notes. I still have some bookmarks, and I think I want to go. I think I want to. Where is it? Okay. I want to throw this away. I do not know. Okay, and I want to go to. Actually, I want to change the background music. I do not want the communism anymore. Because we have the finalized version of our BGM. But And I think that should be... There was a minor, like, sound glitch in it. And I'm gonna turn it down a little, actually. If it's too loud, tell me. But there was a very minor sound glitch. Hello, Gundam. Welcome, welcome. I hope you enjoy what we're doing here. Ooh, right now we are just building the Gunpla in reverse because I might have prepped the lower body before the upper body. We're just talking about random things like John Madden, as you do. You know, like, what Gunpla streamer doesn't talk about, like, random sports? Harry Carey! Oh, my God. He was also an enthusiastic host, man. If you're not from America, you wouldn't know him. But if you're from America, you know. You know! I can't do an impression of him. Oh, God. I wish I could, man. Fucking... Oh, God. I miss the, like, super enthusiastic, just like, is this guy on drugs in this? No, he just loves the sport that much. I love those broadcasters. Those ones are something different. They're like, oh my goodness, like, I reported on, you know, this team for, like, literally 50 years, and now I'm just, like, what is the term? I'm just the guy in the booth that's, like, you know, commentating, you know, the game on the radio now. And it's like, oh my God. And they had to be enthusiastic because you couldn't see stuff. So they'd have to be, like, talking to you. And then, like, when a play happened, they'd have to get super excited. So, you know, like, so they could translate, you know, like, the enthusiasm from, like, you know, hold up. There we go. From the stadium to you and whatnot. I kind of miss old radio presenters. Fuck video for killing it. It's not a good night now. I'm feeling sick. Aw, get some rest. Burnout over work for the past week, and I can't feel my hands right now. Oh my goodness. Like, do you mean they're just like sore, or do you mean like something's actually wrong with them? You need to get some rest, dude. If you need to get some rest instead of being here, like, that's understandable, my guy. I mean, I took a nap before stream. I had a little bit of a beauty sleep before stream myself, my guy. Don't sweat it. Huh? I still like how this song has flavors unintentionally of, like, lose yourself. Ooh. Again, this song was done by Sonara. You can find them on VGen if you would be interested for some reason. I don't think you're like, oh, let me get a custom song for $100, but they're really good if you're also in streaming. I feel like I should qualify it that way. And you want a BGM. I'm not very into music. Well, I love music, but I do not have a background in music, so I'm very ignorant when I talk about it. So I was just like, I like Queen, and that's pretty much all I told them. Like, I like Queen, and my character looks like this. And they're like, okay, so, like, here's what we did for you. And I was like, cool. I don't remember if they said, like, it was Another One Bites the Dust or We Will Rock You. I think Another One Bites the Dust was the song that they said they used for reference. Normally, I'm like, okay, here's what I want in a commission, but whenever it's a musical commission, I'm just like, I don't know. I can listen to the song and be like, yes, this sounds good. And past that, I'm just an idiot, man. Like, I have really good sense of hearing, which is ironic because I'm a dinosaur and that should be more of a mammalian thing. But I preserved my hearing. Ooh. Very sore, like they were going to explode or something. Ooh. Then maybe I don't want to, like, maybe you should lurk, in all honesty. Ooh, don't force yourself to type if your hands are hurting. Because if your fingies are sore, I mean, typing, I don't know how that might make it worse. Especially if you're on your phone, you'd have to be holding your phone while typing. So you're actually straining your hand more. Like, I don't want to tell you to lurk, but, you know, lurking is appreciated as much as everything else. Ooh. If you want to talk, though, you can. You can. I'm not telling you not to. I'm just saying, if you need to start lurking because your hands be hurting. I was going to say that rhymes, but of course it does. It's ing. But if you need to lurk, I won't hold it against you. Seth had I showed the new Pokemon game trailer. I haven't seen the new Pokemon game trailer, but I have seen the new Pokemon and how everyone is like, oh my god, I love the dog. It's going to become a firefighting, isn't it? It's going to be another firefighting starter, isn't it? Everyone's looking at it as just like, oh my god, like, be something cool, don't devolve into a firefighting, like, half the fire starters. It's like a fire, like, lion, so I don't see why you couldn't have, like... It'd be kind of cool if they did, like, what they did in Gen 2, where they just stayed one type the whole time. Because in Gen 2, like, all the, like, the water, grass, and fire starters never got a second type. They were just pure types. So I don't think they're gonna do that, but I think that'd be cool if they did. But I think, I don't know, has there been a fire steel starter? I'm so rusty in Pokemon that I don't know, but I think that would be cool. You had like Piplup became like whatever, the Emperor Penguin Pokemon that was steel water. That was pretty cool. The only of the new 3 Pokemon I like is the bird, because it looks like a straight up Angry Bird. Yeah, they did another bird starter. It looks kind of like a cousin to the owl grass starter that they had in the, like, what is it? The Hawaii Pokemon. I can't remember what it's called in all honesty. But it kind of looks, it looks like a cousin to that one. But yeah, it just has like 2 leaves on its forehead, which gives it angry eyes. The water starter is just like a gecko with like big eyelashes for some reason. Everyone, the moment people saw the eyelashes, they're like, do not become a Szazzler or whatever it's called. Do not turn into a slut. Do not become fur bait. Do not become fur bait. That's pretty much what everyone was saying when they saw the water starter. They're like, you have big eyelashes, don't become fur bait. Don't become fur bait. I'm looking at this, and my brain is, like, not working at all. Oh, thank you. Okay, so this goes on like this. Oh. Like, the bird reminds me of the favorite owl YouTuber. Owls are cool. I like how Owl's entire face is an ear. That's one of my favorite things, is that because they don't have outer ears like mammals do, what they did is they kind of like not co-evolved. It's really weird because the ear of a mammal is a dish to capture sound, you know, so they can be even better at hearing. So the reason, whether you're a human or a dog, your ear is shaped like a dish is to funnel sound into your ears so you can better hear. And what's it called when 2 things have similar evolutionary paths? I'm blanking right now because I'm still tired. It's not co-evolved, but they had oh, what is it called? But they had that. They both had like similar evolution where they evolved a cone to, like, you know, funnel sound into their ears, but where mammals just have, you know, ears, you know, they just have like little, you know, like little, you know, pointy, fluffy ears. Owls were just like, I'm gonna make my face into the ear. I'm gonna grow out my feathers so my entire face is a cone that directs the sound into my ears. And I'm gonna have one ear, like, I'm gonna have like one ear higher than the other. So if you ever see like an owl skull with you can actually see how like one ear is higher than the other. And the reason this is done is so that they can actually create, like, they can figure out a greater 3-dimensional space of where the sound came from. I'll show you in a second. Seeing the trailer, there's a hint in it that the legendary Pokemon was in the clouds. Ooh. I didn't even know that they did a trailer. I just knew that they dropped the Pokemon designs. I saw people going, please don't stand on two legs. Oh, they're saying that to like for both the lizard and the dog and the like little dog lion thing. That thing has to evolve into a lion, right? Because it can't evolve into like another Arcanine. We already have Arcanine, so that thing has to become like a lion, right? Right? Convergent evolution, thank you. But let me get a picture of owl skull. Please. Images. Okay, there's good images and bad images. This one actually is kind of good. This is a really good image. Save image. It's a web file. Why do you hate me? Why do you... Hold up. Now I have to get out Clip Studio and convert it. Oh yeah, skull is spelled with an A, dumbass. Okay. But I actually want to show you this, in case you've never seen it before. Okay. Why must you be difficult? File, save as, PNG, Control P. There we go. And then we go to here. Show and tell. Hey, we still have the dinosaur. But we're going from one dinosaur to another. Let me get up these two. Control P. There we go. But there's an owl skull. And if you look on the right and left side, you see how... So, you see those, like, how it's off, how it's not symmetrical? Those are the ear canals for the owl. And as I said, the reason they have ear canals like that, is to get a better picture of their surroundings. They don't have echolocation like mammals do. They don't have developed enough ears for that. They don't got inner ears. Sorry, they don't have, like, you know, those little da-da-da-da-da things for inner ears, or those little bones, which we'll talk about those in a minute. But to kind of compensate for that, they offset their ears like that. You know, so their right ear is a little higher and their left ear is a little bit lower. They have asymmetry. And actually, it makes it so that they're one of the few animals that have asymmetry, like, as just a natural course of their evolution, which is very rare. Symmetry is very important for animals, and you know, you just have everything as aligned as possible because it's just efficient, and also it works for the most part. But because they have those offset ears, they're one of the few animals with natural inbuilt asymmetry, which there are like sponges and whatnot, but like after you get past sponges and you get to things especially like vertebrates, having asymmetry is really, really rare, even if it's a small case like that. Oh, the piece fell out. Oh, inner ears. Inner ears are actually a really interesting topic in and of themselves. And that is the fact that, did you know, chat, that the inner ear of mammals is actually their jawbones? Did you know that? That the mammalian inner ear, so if you like, you know how like the inner ear, it has like, it's like a membrane and then like, you know, a bone touches on it for mammals. Here, let me, I think I have to get out a picture of that as well. Wow. Save image. Oh my god, it's another web file. Can I open it anyways? Yes, I can. Okay, why is it a PNG? Don't worry about it, but you see the white things. You see the Malleus and Incus in the picture? I'm trying to figure this out while I'm building this, by the way. I'm still building. I'm having an alignment issue. But those white things are the bones, and those actually touch upon your inner ear. They tap the membrane of your inner ear, so you can have more sensitive hearing. And those are actually from your jaw. Your ancestors, literally their jaw moved up into their skull, and over time went there effectively. It effectively, like, the two backbones of your jaw were minimized and shrank into those two bones to tap your inner ear. There we go. There we go, got it. It's your first time hearing this? Evolution is crazy. One thing you have to know about evolution is that it cannot create new things. Everything, well, it can technically, but it's easier. A better way to say it is that it's easier to convert than create. Because, or duplicate. It's easier to duplicate or convert than create. And most of the time when something is created, it's just duplicating something. But for ears is a great example of how to give greater sensitivity for hearing, they didn't make new bones. They just converted the bones you already had in your that you already had in your jaw. Did it? That's also a reason why if you look at like mammalian ears, well, a lot of times the ears can migrate, but I was gonna say why they're closer, but that's not necessarily true. But there's a lot of cool things like that, like how actually the original land-dwelling ancestors, the first tetrapods, which is what just you and I are, the first tetrapods actually had 8 fingers instead of 5. Ooh, and you might be like, why did we lose like 3? Apparently, apparently 5 is too much. Most thing, like nothing kept 5, but like everything was like 4 is pretty good. And then the dinosaurs were like, no, I only need to walk on 3. I only need 3 to walk on, coach. And then horses were like, I only need 1. I only need my middle finger. Ooh, which is so funny to me how horses, whenever they walk around, they are walking on their middle digit. They are walking on their middle finger. So horses are perpetually flipping you off 4 times whenever you're looking at them. If a horse ever faces you, they're just doing this with their front and back legs. They're just like, hey, fuck you. They're just posed up, ready to go. Horses are delightful creatures. Let's see here. Okay, let's get... Oh, what's happening here? Okay, let's get this piece. There's a lot of little things you can learn about, like, life, though. I still find it funny that there was, like, a separate bird family called opposite birds, and it's like, why were they called opposite birds? And it's because their arms were backwards. And you might be like, what do you mean their arms were backwards? It literally means that the socket for their shoulder was backwards from like how birds' shoulder sockets are. So a good way to think about it is not that they had backward arms, but think of it like how, you know how humans have like, forward, have like their arms are to the side, but a little bit forward. Imagine instead of your arms being like that and you can, fold your arms, put your arms forward and, collapse your shoulders forward. Imagine if that was just backwards. If instead, like, your arms were still facing forward, but now your shoulders rotated backwards. And you could, and like, as far as you can lean your arms back would be as far as you can put your arms forward now. And as far as you can put your shoulders forward would now be as far as you can put your shoulders back. That's what opposite birds had. And you might be like, why? It helped them with flying, maybe? But you might be like, then why did the other birds evolve? Look, we don't really know. They're just stupid. It just worked for some people, didn't work for others. Also, opposite birds had teeth. Actually, a lot of birds had teeth, but only the birds that did not have teeth survived the KP extinction, which is what killed the dinosaurs. The non-avian dinosaurs. Why are you difficult? Why are you this way? Okay, so... okay, I see. But it's believed that the reason no, like, toothed dinosaurs survived the KP extinction, why no birds with teeth survived, is because they ate nuts. And that's how they survived. Is that because there was no foliage or whatnot to eat outside of nuts, all the meat-eating birds just died. So all birds are potentially descended from, like, frutivores and, like, herbivores, effectively. And that's why they all have beaks, because they cannot re-evolve teeth. Because they lost the teeth. So it's easier just to make their beaks sharper and more reinforced to eat meat again than to re-evolve teeth and, like, jaws and whatnot. And, like, more, like, dinosaur jaws. It's easier to convert than to make something new. Even if, like, what you're making new would be returning to what you already had. That's how evolution, that's actually just to go full circle, that's how evolution works. It's easier to convert than to make something new. Oh yeah, Seth, the next One Piece, Netflix. Did you know about everyone wanting Adam Sandler as Admiral I have seen that. I've seen the memes, and it goes a little hard. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Here, I might be able to find it. Sandler Kizaru. Come on, come on, come on. Like, the character is not based off of Adam Sandler. The character is based off of, like, a real Japanese man. There's a picture somewhere. I'm gonna not screen share, but I'm gonna window share when I find it. He has that curly Jew hair. Wait. Come on. Okay, I'm just gonna go back up. Let me find a good tweet for it. This one's good. This one's good. Okay. So let me go to... Oh, we got a Wade! Who's raided us? Thank you. Ooh. Thank you. Thank you, Kays, for the raid. The dinosaur raid thing worked. I didn't know if that was working in the past. Thank you, Kays. Right now, we're looking up Adam Sandler like a good VTuber. I hope you enjoy. I lost my place, actually. How dare you raid me? I've lost my place. I think it's this one. Okay, so if I go to... It'd be Brave? Sandler Kizaru! Okay. So, we're talking about this. And how... Adam Sandler oddly looks... I don't think he's tall enough, because Kizaru is, like, tall as ever-living Christ. I mean, a lot of One Piece characters are tall. One Piece plays a lot with heights. But Kizaru is so tall and has such long legs. And again, Kizaru's based off of, like, a real Japanese guy. Like, he's based off of a real Japanese guy. And if I was to show you the guy he's actually based off of, you'd be like, holy shit. But considering Adam Sandler is just coincidentally a Jew that looks like this dude, is kind of wild. Oh god. Honestly, the like little flowy, fluffy hair on Sandler doesn't look too bad. Normally, he doesn't really have. I don't really know him usually having that kind of curly hair that often. Usually, he rocks something a little bit more straight. But yeah, he kind of looks good as Kizaru. It's weird. You are here now. Oh my god. And honestly, Adam Sandler, low-key, is an amazing actor. We've talked about this like in one of our recent streams, but Sandler is just an amazing actor. Sandler, he can do an amazing job with like emotion and pathos, all that good stuff. But he doesn't, but those movies aren't very successful. Like Uncut Gems and whatnot, they're not the most successful. Nobody remembers, you know, like people remember Click and they're like, oh, it had a really good emotional heart to it and it was really nice. But people don't go like, oh yeah, Click's my favorite Sandler movie. They're always like Happy Gilmore or something. And so it's just like, those ones make me the money, so I'm just gonna make them, dude. And then I'm gonna invite my friends, make grown-ups like 5, and it'll just be, you know, me with all my comedy friends just making a fun, stupid movie because we want to. And it's like, I can't really blame him for that. I can't blame him for that. I cannot blame a bro for doing that. CGI can fix his legs, that's true. That's true, and honestly, that's one of the better ways to use CGI. Using CGI additively or to, like, obscure reality is better. Using it just, like, from the ground up is always terrible. Unless you can focus on it. Like in Pirates of the Caribbean, they had a lot of practical effects, and, like, the sets themselves were mostly practical. So they just had to, so they could look at the character designs and be like, we're gonna focus on this, and that's why the CGI looks so good. It's because the limitation. You know, they focused on what was real and what was fake. They made as much real as possible, so that way they could invest in, like, the CGI and make sure that had as much undivided focus as possible. That's why CGI was so much better in the day. It's because it was focused. It was limited. Because so that way they just worked on one thing and it looked really, really good. Also, I think CGI environments just don't look good in general. They can look good, but I think if you can, it's better to do live action for the settings and then be additive to the people and, like, and whatnot. Also, like, you also have things like Forrest Gump where, like, what is it, Lieutenant Dan just ain't got no legs, and they just, well, all they did was just make his legs green, and then they just erased them with, like, CGI. They just, like, use CGI just to be like, those legs don't exist anymore. They just paint, like, they put, like, green stockings on his leg, but they just made his legs green. And it's like, that goes really well, actually. Like, CGI has a place in media. It's just a lot of people don't know how to use it. Check Stream Talk, you're right. I didn't have Stream Talk up. But, Stream Talk. Ah! Oh god, that's ugly. It's bootleg Gundams? They're hideous. They're hideous. 1 minute. 1 minute. Wait, can I not capture this? Oh no, I can. It's this. This is what he shared. They're hideous, and you might be like, make it bigger so we can see it better. 1, you don't want to see it better. And 2, this is the video. This is the quality he sent. You can't make it better. Oh, that's a tall geese. That's like oh my god, that's a tall geese. I was like, what is that? That's a recolored tall geese. That thing's ugly as hell. Oh my god. That's a tall geese 3. Or a tall geese 2. Whichever one. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. That's a strike. That's a strike Gundam. I had a toy of those as a kid. Not that one. Not that shit quality, but like I remember I had a strike, and the only reason I remember I had a strike is because I had the backpack. I don't remember having the strike itself, but I had the backpack, therefore I had the strike Gundam. Oh my goodness, I don't know what those are. No idea. That's another strike. Is that the correct beam? Wait, is that the correct beam weapon? One minute. So I'm just listening for something. Okay. I might have to listen to the BGM off stream a little bit to check for something. But yeah, that's just, you know, those beautiful third parties. It's good. It's fine. We're cooking. Just like we're cooking with building this leg. I say, well, I just... Oh, Wait, is this the correct part? No, I need to flip it other way around. That's force impulse? I don't know, man. That sounds more like a Power Ranger character than a Gundam, in all honesty. I'm gonna be real with you. Oh, okay. If Gundam Wing without the wing was one of them. Which one? I don't know. I don't want to look at them again. They make me sad to look at. I'm gonna be honest with you. But, okay, there we go. And then... what goes on first? Oh, Lord. Oh, gee. Oh! Uh-oh. 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 Why uh-oh, you might ask? Because I just realized two things. Well... we have this piece, but we don't... I didn't cut off this piece, so I'm gonna have to look for a piece to build. But... let me find a piece to build. It's E5. I need to find E5, chat. There it is. Ah! You fell! Don't worry, just the box fell. Luckily this is a part that is gonna be... under! Did I just fucking break things? No, I didn't. Also, my camera is just, like, not aligned at all. Is it not aligned, or am I not aligned? Something's not aligned. Tolkien's 3 with a Epion tail. That's what that was. I was like, that looked familiar, but I wasn't sure if it was It was an Epion tail. Okay. I'm not saying that like, oh, I knew it was an Epion tail. I was like, that looks Gundam, but I couldn't place it. Okay. I wasn't even... I was like, is that... I was thinking, like, is that, like, from the Ultron or something? I was like, no, the Ultron arm looks different and is, like, not nearly as segmented and is more reinforced. It's more like the Dragon Gundam arm from, like, G-Fighter, but that's also incorrect. Like, I was looking at it going, like, I don't know what the hell that is. Destiny Gundam and, that one with the 2-in-1, probably something from, Seed 2. Ugh. Ugh. Pain. Without love. Let's see here. Can we... okay, so we put this here. Doo-doo. Boom. Da-dee-doo. Why are you being difficult? Also, the music's looping at the part that I want to listen for. You know. I'm gonna turn it up a little. Okay. I might have to contact Sonara about something. Don't worry about it. Sorry, I just went quiet a little bit just to listen more closely. It's a really weird audio thing that I don't think you guys can hear. Ooh, but I just got really sensitive ears, so I'm like half hearing something. Okay, so this goes here. Okay. I'm probably gonna have to take this off and paint it off stream, but that's fine. Like, I'm gonna have to paint this part because this part should be metallics. Should be like a nice metallic would go nice. So we're just gonna put that there. And then we're gonna put... Dragon Arm? Yeah, Dragon Arm like the Ultron Gundam. Ooh, I was trying to think because Kay shared some cursed like knockoff Gundams and it had the tail of the Epion, but I could not recognize it as the tail, so I was trying to think of what it was. And it reminded me of the Dragon Gundam from G-Fighter, and also like the extended arm from the like Ultron. Let's see here. I mean, to be honest, I mean, like, I remember back in the day, you could find, like, knockoffs at dollar stores in America. You can probably still find knockoffs. You can still find stuff like that in America, too. Ooh, let's get this piece. We're just doing some building. Hello, Ricey. Welcome, welcome. It's 9/11. Oh, goodness. Sorry, every time I see 9/11, I think of Norm Macdonald, and one of his favorite jokes was to get people to laugh at 9/11, even though it was inappropriate. And one of the most famous ones was him just looking over at his co-host for his show. And it's just like, and his co-host was like, we can't make jokes like that. And he's just like, yeah. And then he just like looks up through his eyebrows at like his co-host, and then just looks at him and goes, 9/11. And his co-host just like breaks out laughing. Oh, there's also the one time when he had like a guest on, and let's get this on. Where it's like, instead of saying 911, he says like 9/11, and it's like 911. It's like, yes, but 9/11 was a national tragedy. And he just like says this while making eye contact with the guest, and the guest is like just like chuckles a little. It's like, why did you laugh? And it's just like, you set me up, you can't do that. Norm Macdonald was the GOAT. Okay, so there's a bit of an alignment issue. Okay, so I need to plug this into right here. There we go. Oh, fucking hell. Gaston! Have you talked about the HoloLive Gundam? No, I haven't, because I haven't checked it out yet. Hell, we can check it out right now, actually. Why not? Let's move actually to desktop audio real quick. Oh, the desktop audio is going to be way too loud. Let me keep the music on until I do this, actually. BGM dono! Okay. I think that's loud enough. And actually, you know what? Did you send like a video, or what did you send? Where was it? Was it in general chat? It was in Gunpla. Yes. Okay. You know what? We can just watch it like right now, can't we? Oh, it's 5 seconds. Son of a bitch! I was like, it's a little trailer. All it is, chat. Let me show you what it is. All it is this. You want to watch the video? Wow. But yeah, this is happening. I have no idea. I have no idea what about it outside of that. It was shared today by Ricey. Thank you for sharing it. I'll look into it. It's all in Japanese. Ricey, can you share what you know? That's a nice ankle. That is a good ankle pivot. I don't have a picture with me, but my friend showed me the toy, and I found some random shop in Japan. It's a God Gundam with a wing backpack and a kit bash of kids' toys. Okay. Oh, that's right. Susei likes Gundam. Got it. I know, if it was a different company, Niji Sanji, I would completely expect them to be like, to forget that Susei likes Gundam and just like do the collab and it not include Susei. If it was Niji Sanji, that would absolutely be what happens. They'd be like, oh, we're doing a collab with this thing that one of our talents really likes. It'd be like if it'd be like if Niji Sanji had Korone and they did a collab with Sonic the Hedgehog. It wouldn't be with Korone if Niji Sanji had Korone. That's like Niji Sanji, man. Man, it collapsed, man. It's still a company, it's still doing shit, but in the West, nobody talks about it anymore. Nobody talks about it. The fan base is like way too toxic. There's the piece I'm looking for. The fan base is like too toxic. The company has like no goodwill. I haven't heard anyone talk about Niji Sanji in a while, to be honest. I know it's still a thing, because if it wasn't, people would be celebrating in the streets, but yeah, it's kind of wild to think about. Oh, Susei sang the ending song for GQ. Oh, damn. Awesome. Ooh. I know she had surgery a while back, and that affected her singing, but I'm happy to hear that she still is singing. Because holy shit, I don't know what she's saying, but she got pipes. She has pipes, my dude. She has a beautiful voice. A lot of the HoloLive girls kind of just have like low-key amazing voices. 1 minute. This This is like the most useless, like, feature I've ever seen. I'll explain what I'm talking about in a minute. But, like, this right here, like, you can, look at that. You can extend it that much. Man, that is, I just don't, you can get, like, no, it doesn't even affect the I was like, oh, you can move it so you can get a little more articulation in the shoe, in the ankle. Chat, it doesn't even affect the articulation. It doesn't even, like, it's already out of the way. Man, I don't see the point of this. Like, I'm happy they did it. I'm not gonna complain about extra engineering, but, like, why bother at the same time? Ooh. Let's see here. Check Stramturk. That's fucking hideous. Also, could you have, like, cropped the pictures so that they... You need to crop those pictures, son. I fucking hate these. I need to share these right now. I fucking hate these. I unironically hate what I'm looking at right now. Oh, wait. Okay. I thought I turned off the BGM sound for a second. But I fucking hate these. Those are ugly as fuck. Are those real? Reebok! Are those real? Please tell me that's like, this is like a Chinese or Indian scam, like third party pretending to be legitimate. Please tell me these aren't real, because those, what are those? What are those? Pre-COVID meme. Oh my god, dude. Elizabeth Bloodflame has a solid voice too. Oh yeah, she pretty good. Ooh. Yeah, I saw her karaoke, actually, her Valentine's karaoke. A lot of those were saved, and I've just been like listening to random songs from that. Listen to her singing 3 Days Grace. Let's build the head now, actually. Let's get out the lighter fluid. Oh, God, those are just ugly as fuck. I need to... What else do we have? What else? Oh, God! That shit, if you ever wore that... Just look at this, chat. You can't see my mouse. Oh, yes, you can. If you look at this plastic, that shit would fucking tear. That shit would dry out. I don't know what that is, but whatever material that is, it would dry out and start, like, flaking and, like, breaking apart. It would do that shit, like, after 1 day of wearing this shit outside. Also, what's with the button? What's this stupid button? Is it like, does it like fill your, oh my god, wait, I remember this. It like fills your shoe with air or some shit. I remember in America when we had these. Is it that? Where like you press the button and it's like a pump or whatever? And like you fill your shoe with air and it's supposed to like be a good thing, but it's like, who gives a shit? Is that what it is? Is it a pump button? It's ugly is what it is. This is like a shoe from the 70s that like people would be like, this is what they're gonna wear in the future. And I hate the fact that they were right. Oh, fuck. Oh my, I have red shoes. I would not recommend them, dude. My tennis shoes are red for like the gym. That's a nice box though. The box is nice. I like the box. The box is nice. The box is nice though. Okay. Ankle pivot is cool. You can twist it in. Ooh. Wait a minute. Wait. Can I not? You saying that made me play with the foot a little bit, but like, it has a really good ankle pivot, but do they do... Oh shit, I just realized there's a really good ankle pivot, but to get the ankle pivot, they sacrificed any rotation at the ankle. Like, look at this. I'm pushing. Maybe there is a way to rotate it, but it looks like it's locked in there, man. Okay, so that's the cost of our gift. The collab is real. I don't want it to be real. Hello! Yeah. Hello! Sorry for not reading you for a half second there. The Gunpla is a high grade. Yeah, there's no twist on the dilts. No, there isn't. But the gunplay is a high grade. It's a high grade new Moon Gundam. Sorry, I was looking at Discord stream chat. That's why I missed you. Stream talk on Discord. They were sharing some pictures, and I shared them on stream. But welcome, unknown. Welcome, Solid. Is your name Solid Asian? That's amazing. Oh, here it is. So I need to get some lighter fluid, as I was saying, so I can clean off this faceplate so I can install it. You know, I don't really like... Using tissue is better than using, like, a paper towel, I found. But the thing is, the tissue does not... The lighter fluid does not soak in as well. Flex the knee bend. Ooh. It has a good knee bend, and it has that, like, separating armor. Normally, like, I feel like the separating armor can go too far, and it's like, oh, hey, you've just exposed your leg. Like, I think I do not like how the armor separates on the Gundam Origin kit, because it's just like the entire ankle gets exposed when you bend the knee. But on this is like, I like these kind, where it just like makes the knee go up a little. Makes it a little bit more dynamic. But it's a good bend. Which side did I... Okay. So, let me get this out. Look at that. Look at that, nice and clean. You can't really see it at the correct angle. It can bend a mirror. Oh, shit. I didn't even try that way. I was so concerned with getting it to, like, rotate that I'd even... Well, that's really good, actually. A lot of times these kits actually have an issue. I always like space kits that can, you know, do this with its foot. It always annoys me when you have a flat-footed space kit, because you want it to fly like a Dragon Ball Z character. You want it to have its feet down, like, woo, like it's flying fast. It makes it go faster, you know, it has less air resistance in space, bro, trust me. Oh god, that actually is really nice. It's kind of breaks the silhouette a little bit when you have like this big gap right here when you have the leg down. I kind of wish that like maybe you could bend this a little with it. Well, like that would be an easy fix to do. You could probably just sand down this corner, and then you could probably do that if you wanted to have it like not have this empty space in the silhouette. Let us go and let me double check the faceplate to make sure it's clean. I cleaned it a little too much in one spot, but I'm not going to re-panel line it because that's going to just take forever. I was putting it on wrong. I was like, what's wrong with this? I was putting it on upside down. Can we please? This is a really small part. I'm wearing gloves. I don't want to take off gloves. Okay, there we go. It's always a pain, but painting the eyes always looks so much better. I don't know if you can see it because it's such a small head. But it always goes so much farther. And let's assemble the rest of the head now. Ah! This part goes here. It's a little face. It has such a tiny little face, but you can see how big its head is. I don't really understand that design language in Gundam, is when they have little bitty faces, like the Qasim Gundam. I don't mind the Qasim Gundam having a little head, but its face is so tiny. Please, there we go. I think the green turned out amazingly on this. Ooh, I just used, what is this? I just used light green. Tamiya light green for the panel lines. I think it turned out great. Love cream chin more than oh. Green chin Moon Gundam. Oh god. Knowing me, I'm surprised I didn't try to force it and break the kit. Can we... But... Can we... What? Look at the instructions so you know you're doing it correctly. No, I'd have to turn to that page and I don't want to right now. Oh wow, that's really loose before... Okay, hold up. Actually, I am going to turn through the instructions because that's so loose it makes me feel like I'm missing something. So let me check this real quick. No, I am missing something, but it's not that important. You just have to... You can do what I was doing, which is the hard way, but the easy way to do it is you just assemble the red thing that goes over the V-fin. I'm sure this has a term for it, but just the anchor for the V-fin you put on with the V-fin. Normally, a lot of times you put on the V-fin, then you put on the little red anchor. It looks like you assemble these two before putting them on. If I can get this correct. Hello, Sinanju. Welcome, welcome. Littlehead, see, Gundam has something like that, called, baby face syndrome. Oh, God. It's a baby face. I only want to build heel mechs, though. Ironically, the Kasi Gundam is a heel mech, but yeah. I love the fact that there's a Batman character named Babyface. There's a gangster in Batman called Babyface, and you might feel like, really? Yeah. Guess what he looks like? He just has, like, a newborn baby's face. Unironically, it's just like this guy who's like 6'5", built like a shit brick house, and then he just has the head of a baby. I was like, God, I miss when comic books did stuff like that. But welcome, Sinanju. The green looks nice, thank you. Ooh. I also decided to do yellow for the Vulcans, which I think stands out really well, actually. I just did it because I wanted to do it. The instructions, not the instructions, they come uncolor separated out of the box, but they're supposed to be gray, and I thought that looked really boring. And I wanted the vents to have like the classic yellow Vulcans. I say classic. Well, no, the RX-78 had yellow Vulcans. You're doing good. Good to hear, Sinanju. Ooh. Isn't this kit technically a successor to the Sinanju? Isn't this mech? No, wait, no, this is a precursor to the Sinanju. What the hell am I saying? The Sinanju came... Wait. But wait, when was the Sinanju built? Would this have been built at the same time as the Sinanju? Because the Sinanju was a prototype for the new Gundam, and this is like a prototype for the Sazabi. So it's more like the opposite of the... Oh my god. It kind of is like the Sinanju. It's like the Sinanju of the Sazabi, but that's more the Virgil, isn't it? That's more... The Virgil is the true Sinanju of the Sazabi. Ooh. We are not building those today. We are building the other leg. Was this built? I guess it would have been built at the same time as the Sinanju then, right? We also Gundam base Moon Gundam. We don't have the Gundam base, but we did paint it like the Gundam base. So I painted this green, and there's like some other... The shoulders I also painted green to be like the Gundam base limited version, because I think the green looks better. The Sinanju Stein is the more perfected new Gundam. Wait, so the Sinanju Stein came after the fucking new... Wait, I thought the Sinanju was the... Oh, what? So the Sinanju comes after the new Gundam. I thought it was the prototype for it. Gosh, darn. I don't know what's going on. Man. Listen, when it, like, that era, like, Unicorn, Narrative, Moon Gundam, Char's Counterattack, I have no idea what's being made when. Like, I know that, like, Gyaradogas are, like, Char's counterattack, but if they appeared earlier than that, I'd be like, I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be like, sure, whatever. The Kasi Gundam, actually has a regular face underneath. Probably the... Yeah, it's not really a spoiler anymore, because the new model that they're releasing shows the regular face that has the mouth grill. Yeah, Arc 78 gray Vulcans. GM has yellow Vulcans. Gundam the Origin, RX 78 high grade has yellow Vulcans though, which is not canon, but I just realized that's the one I'm getting mixed up with. And here it is right here. Coincidentally, don't ask where the V-fin is, but you can see this little bastard, you can see he has yellow Vulcans. So that's why I was thinking, I like yellow Vulcans. I like them a lot. I think they stand out really well. What about? Prototype is Sinanju Stein, Unit 1 and Unit 2. Are there two Sinanju Steins? Or is it just like... Because I know you have the Sinanju, the red one, but then you have like Sinanju Stein Narrative, and then you have Sinanju Stein... whatever, then you have like Sinanju Stein Unicorn. Are those like the same mech? Or are they, and it's just like animation differences, or are those two different units? Because this has been like killing me for the longest time. Narrative is the prototype for the new Gundam, not the Sinanju. Oh god. That explains why I'm confused. There is a prototype. Is this not the right mech? There are two. Okay. Okay, I literally never knew if it was just like an animation choice that they're different. Ooh, and it's like the excuse is just like, there's like, oh, they just refitted it, and that's why it looks different slightly. But there are two Sinanju Steins for Narrative and Unicorn. That always, like, that's something that's always been like, I don't want to say driven me mad, but it's one of those things where like you see and you go, you wonder about it, but you never care enough to look it up. And so you just go like, okay. Because you're like, if I had to look it up, you know you'd have to read like several paragraphs to figure it out. And you're like, I don't want to do that. Oh my goodness. Narrative is the test bed for the new Psycho frame. And the new pre-test type is the prototype new. Okay. Let's see here. Yes, there are two Sinanju Steins. Both got stolen. One turned into the red Sinanju. Okay. So the Sinanju Unicorn Stein is just pre-paint job and retrofits by Full Frontal, which I kind of figured. The other got turned into Kshatriya. I don't know where the fuck the Narrative got their hands on the Sinanju Stein after both got wrecked. Don't worry about it. I'll tell you where. Bad writing. Listen, the Sinanju was really popular, so we're gonna bring it back and just without a paint job. I mean, don't get me wrong, I actually prefer the unpainted Sinanju Stein, but like, it just kind of feels like he's just too bored. He's like, you know, like, yeah, Full Frontal, like, I'm gonna make it red, I'm gonna make it look really cool, like Char Aznavour. I'm his biggest fan. You know, I'm gonna give it a mono eye because mono eyes are cool. Then you just have like the Jared Leto of Gundam just going, I'm crazy. I was like, oh, what are you gonna do with your mech? Nothing, which is the craziest thing of all. I'm not gonna customize it almost at all. I suppose I did not see that coming. I think you got me there. I will never learn that character's name. When I watch Narrative eventually, I will not learn his name. I will still call him Jared Leto. Because that's what that character is to me. He's just, if they ever make a live action Narrative, God forbid, and if they don't cast Jared Leto as the literal messed up Char clone, I ain't gonna watch it. I'm not gonna watch it anyways. I ain't watching it. It's in the manga. I need to read Crossbones still. You mean the clone for Char? Yeah, I just call him Jared Leto because he looks like he could have damaged written on his forehead like Jared Leto's Joker. There is an unconfirmed amount of Sinanju Steins Oh, so there's as much as the plot demands. Got it. Though I didn't know the Kshatriya was made out of a Sinanju Stein, though I guess that explains why it has such an advanced psycho frame. The full frontal stole 2 of them, modded them into the red, and disassembled to make ace units like the Kshatriya and Rosen Zulu. Oh, okay. So he like split the resources, which kind of fits with the whole sleeves, making the best with what they had. The one in narrative, I don't know. It came from, but it's also modded to have sleeve. Yeah, it has sleeves insignia, but like after it, man, that's like putting like a single decal on your thing and being like, it's my custom build. It's like, no, it's not. I did more custom work on my Danan Gay than like Jared Leto did on his Sinanju Stein. Question is, Federation Stein or Xeon Stein? I like the gray one from narrative, even though the pilot fucking sucks. Even though he's an edgelord, I really like it. Even though I'm shitting on him a lot, that's my favorite Sinanju Stein. The one from narrative is unironically my favorite. I really like how it looks. And I'm really sad that I've never heard a good thing about narrative or its pilot. It really makes me upset when I'm like, I love this mech. This is a beautiful mech. And then I look at the, what are they called? The mechs that Guy and Quest pilot in Char's counterattack, and I'm like, these are really cool. And then I watched Char's counterattack, and I was like, these might be my 2 least favorite pilots in all of Gundam. At least Jared was funny. Jared was a jobber, but at least he was funny for being a jobber. I can't... Quest and Gien, or whatever, however you pronounce his name, they're just cringe. They're just cringe. They already fumbled the live-action G-Savior. Don't say that. We still have the Netflix Gundam. Oh god, I hope that gets canceled. I hope that gets canceled. There's still time for it to get canceled. It's still in pre-production. It can still be canceled, chat. Oh, chat. I hope that gets canceled so bad, man. Oh my goodness, that reminds me, I put this leg on wrong. That's not what it reminded me of. It reminded me how Paramount apparently finally bought WB. It is actually substantially different compared to the stock one, if you recall. Different shield, longer fuel tanks with the... Okay, so they did do a little bit. He just didn't bother painting it because he was lazy. The gun is massive, but the high grade... really impressive. It actually, it's still holding the gun. I have it, my high grade Sinanju Stein, holding the gun really high up, and it's still holding the gun really high up. Those are good joints in the Sinanju Stein for narrative. Unironically, great kit. Wonderful kit. Looks beautiful. By the way, got the Psycho Doga from Gundam Base. The Psycho Doga is like that perfect in-between of like, I'm not sure if it looks really stupid or really cool, because it has a hat. It has like an SS hat, but it's all white. But it has like, no, I shouldn't say an SS hat. They're not the only ones that, it has a peaked cap. That's what I should say. It has one of those peaked caps like you see in like, you know, of course an SS officer, but also like, you know, pretty much all military officers in the 1900s had peak caps. So Americans, I think, had them in the early 1900s. Russian commissars had them. It's just the hat that, you know, it's the hat that does this on the head. Like, it's the hat that when you wear, like, say, like, let's say this is the head, right? I'm gonna move this so these parts don't fall off. Like, this is the head, and the hat is worn, is like, goes like that on the head. That's what a peak cap is. Ooh. And I don't know if the first time I saw it, to be fair, it was the line art, and line art is awful, but it was the line art, and I was like, that looks really stupid. But, like, if they get the proportions right for the peaked cap on the Psycho Doga, it looks really good. It's just one of those things that if you mess with the proportions too much in one way or the other, you make it too small or too big, it can look really stupid. It can look like a Pope hat. It can look like, because he's all white, he can look like he's about to go, like, do a Catholic mass and be like, "Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name." It's just like, it's a really fine line. Ooh, show picture? Is a prototype for the Zazabi? I do like that, actually, how the... Okay. Actually, you saying that actually made me... Okay, do you do those? Oh, wow. Those are some nice kits you're showing off, actually, Kays. I just checked the Discord. But actually, I'll just look up the Doga. I do not see it in stream talk, so I'll just look it up real quick. I hope so. You hope it's so bad they push it like the... I can't read that. Oh, you put it in Discord? Okay. I was just gonna look up the picture, but let me... I don't see it in the Discord. I'm not sure if I'm just not seeing it or it's not updating. You have a Discord? Oh, then join the Discord and you can share the picture there. But I can just look it up. You should, the Discord link is just findable on the link on this channel. I can actually just, hold up. If you want, I can actually just, for people in chat, just look it up. Yeah, I can throw it up. Ooh, it's pretty casual. Ironically, I have to go to my YouTube channel. But I'll just give you the direct link for it, the direct invite link. So you don't need to go through anything. So let me put it there. But this should take you to it. Paste. If you want to share a picture, you can. I'm gonna look up a picture myself. Just to kind of show, like, for one thing, the line art. And by the like, line art. God, it looks... oh, God, it looks... Oh, God. Okay, Sakudoga, yeah, it, like, I love its gun. I love how its gun is this World War II. It's so World War II coded, but, box art is... let me share... I'm sure you'll have better pictures, but I'll just browse show and tell. Doga? I have so many Doga pictures. But... this is the Psycho Doga, and it looks good. Also, those shoulders. I saw somebody put those shoulders on a... what is it called? On a comfer. And on the comfer, those shoulders look really well. I couldn't recognize them, but somebody put those shoulders on a custom comfer, and I wish I could share that with you. But... its feet look really small now that I notice it for a Gira Doga. That's just weird things with the line art. 300 or 400 something UC. Ooh. But something about it, it just looks like a bit much. Like, it looks like it feels like it's just ever bit too small. I feel like the problem isn't that it's too big. I feel like the slant on the head, if you look at the peak of the cap, I feel like it goes too much. I feel like it looks like Johnny Bravo's hair. That's what it is. It looks like Johnny Bravo. That's what it is. Like, other pictures of it, like the actual model of it, doesn't look as extreme, but I kind of want this kit now. I want to make it into Johnny Bravo. Can I get a picture of Johnny Bravo that's not a GIF? No? Cool. Okay. I can't read chat right now, so give me 1 second. Sorry, all the... okay, so... I'm already making a Gustav Karl based off of Karl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. That is a thing. Did I order it? No, I'm ordering it this month. But, like... your image... go to... okay. Browse, then... Bravo. But this. Like, do you see? Do you see? Look in Discord? Okay. But, thank you for... also, thank you for joining. Um, Gundam and models. Okay. That's a lot of good stuff. Ba, ba, da, ba, ba, da. That is a good collection. That's a beautiful collection. Actually, right now, she might have finished it tonight. But if you're interested in, because my eyes immediately noticed because a friend is also building it, you have the Calibarn. Right now, Edda, I don't know if you're familiar with Edda. A lot of my chat's familiar with Edda, but I don't know if you are. Edda Hengst, and that's Hengist for the last name, and Edda is like poetic Edda, so think like Eddie, but instead of a Y, an A at the end. But she's building the Calibarn right now. Ooh, so if you're interested in that, you might want to check her out. Again, she might have finished it, but she's either wrapping it up or she has like one build left. But my eyes immediately noticed that. Oh, you have the little... I feel like it's so insulting, but you have the Michael Bay. Ooh, you have the Requiem one. Those are some beautiful kits. But you got that Johnny Bravo hair. Josuke, oh. Josuke also has like a... Does Josuke have a peaked cap, or does he have like a delivery cap, actually? Does Josuke have a peaked cap? Josuke. But you putting the last name made me think that it was somebody else for a second. I was like, Josuke. I was like, I know that character. Wait a minute. Josuke. Oh, wait, no. You're talking about the other... Okay. No, I was thinking about the one with the hat. I was thinking of Jotaro like an idiot. You're talking about the one with the pompadour. You got that pompadour. Okay. Holy shit, Apex Legends Gundam Wing just announced. Gundam's doing a lot of collabs, wow. Oh my goodness. So we have like a Hololive collab, we have... More kits, see you? There's a lot of kits. You oh my goodness, you just keep sharing them. Yeah. Ooh. Would you like me to show these on stream at all? You have a lot. What's that? Is that a Gundam base? It must be. Neptite unit. Sorry, the kit looks good. Is this the name gets me? Yes? Okay, sure, I'll share it. God, I have so many other things. Let me take this off and this down. Let me first actually... For the Doga, also I'm just going to show the box art to show how... Though the line art looks a little funny, the box looks a lot better, and the final kit looks a lot better. Ooh. Not to say that, like, the line art looked terrible, it's just, like, on that edge, but let me... Karaoke... What? Wait, this is... Oh, wait a minute. This is what they shared. What? This is what they shared. The nice collection, which looks really nice. Ooh. They have plenty of kits. I can't even, like, recognize all of them. Ooh. That one, that's like a silver seed kit, isn't it? Ooh. There's the Calibarn, which I love its witch's broom design. I don't know what. I don't know why. For some reason today, Stream Elements is really slow on like chat. Normally, Stream Elements actually comes up before Twitch and YouTube chat processes. It's usually really quick, but today, like, I have to wait half a second. Holy shit. Let's see here. Check Discord, check the knee bend for the Moon Gundam again. That thing bend even more than... Okay, wait a minute. I'll check that out. That's a really interesting thing you did with the funnels, but... Yeah, she shared a lot of kits. Oh, that's, like the Delta Plus Gundam, isn't it? Ooh. You have a Suzabi. Got some O kits. You got the Gundam Seed Zagak. I have no idea what that is. I don't think that's a Gundam. It might be. But that thing is massive. Whatever? 1 minute. That looks really nice. I hear that the stickering on this is a little bit of a insufferable, but you did a really good job on this kit. Ooh. Whatever? Zeta Plus, thank you, not the Delta. Thank you, Zeta Plus. Zeta from Unicorn, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the clarification. Hold up. Ricey wants me to see something. Stream Talk. Oh yeah, it is Apex Legends. Why is it like a 4-second long video? 1 minute. Yes. Why are all the... That's an Epion, I think, on the table, by the way. But, let me show you what I'm looking at. For some reason, it's just 4 seconds long, but what I'm looking at is this. And you can't see the Epion. Gosh darn it. There's a little Epion on the table. 1 minute. You see the little Epion? I don't care about these people. They don't matter to me. They're not important. They're not important, but there's a little Epion. That's what I care about. That's the in-era lizard, basically 1/100 Zazabi with a Gundam head and squad Gatling. Jesus Christ, how did you identify that? I like how the person who identified it wasn't the one who shared it. It's Ricey going like, ah yes, of course, the in-era lizard, basically 1/100 Zazabi with Gatlings and a Gundam head. You would know if you weren't such a filthy fucking casual, Seth. Thank you. Meanwhile, I'm over here being like, look at that weird looking. It looks weird though. Is it just because it's a back view and you usually don't get to see a back view of it? Or is something weird about that Epion? Am I like... Is it like off model or am I just... Or do we just never get back views of it? It doesn't have its tail. That's also something it's missing. Ooh. But I'm gonna look at that knee bend. Oh, you have a little truck. Oh my god, wait, is that the truck? Wait, is that actually the truck from Iron Blooded Orphans? Sorry, everything's misaligned. But they have, the Barbatos on a truck, which is nice. And they have dinner. In the corner. But we need to build. We can't look at things all day. If you want to check out more of those, they posted plenty on the Discord. They also have some oh my goodness. They have this, which, God bless you, I hope that goes well. That looks like one of those, like, really detailed third-party kits. Actually, maybe I shouldn't be sharing that, because maybe that might have your address somewhere on the box. Ooh. You have a double Zeta? You got a lot of stuff in your backlog. But I have seen the Gyaradoga. The Gyaradoga high grade does... Sorry. The Psycho Doga high grade looks really cool. And even though normally I wouldn't be interested in building another Gyaradoga for that one, if I had access to it and it was cheap, I'd get it. It has a really unique design, but now that I said I want to make it look like Johnny Bravo, I probably would. I'd probably paint it to look like Johnny Bravo. I need to stop doing that. Oh goodness. I can already, it's so big, dude. It's already built like Johnny Bravo. It has the giant deltoids like the shoulder pads. Yeah, it doesn't show the addresser, but I just wanted to be careful. So I didn't want to show any more pictures from that one, but the other pictures weren't even that box. It was a double Zeta. See, it's just a double Zeta, and then it was some of their other backlog. But we need to build the leg because we are behind. We're doing that thing where we talk instead of building, which I like, but at the same time we only have like 2 streams to build this. Wait, what? It's a knee bend, not an ankle pivot. What? The wing is way too small. The model looks like humanoid, probably to the player models. Oh, you're right. They would have to change the proportion. Gundams a lot of times have like small torsos and little legs to like give them bigger proportions to like make them look bigger. They kind of do a little bit of like light foreshortening in the base model of mecha. But you're right, for like a in-game model, so the hitboxes, you know, aren't messed up, they would just have to be more human shaped. They'd have to mess with the proportion, give them longer torsos, and by extension, shorter legs. You're right. And that probably is the in-game model, just miniaturized. One moment, I need to blow my nose, so I'm gonna mute myself. Oh my goodness. You know, for a stream where all my topics were erased because my phone broke, this has been going okay. Johnny Bravo, thank you. Casado. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate, and it's actually gonna be a problem, but I found out in California they don't do Amber Alerts for black people. If you're not in America, an Amber Alert is when a child is kidnapped or goes missing, they do an alert on like, and they say like where the kid was last seen, who they were last seen with and whatnot. And it's like an automated alert, and everywhere in America does it. But in California, they don't do Amber Alerts for black people, for black kids, they do Ebony Alerts. And nobody knows what an Ebony Alert is, so nobody knows that they're supposed to be looking for kids during it. And you're like, that's really bad. It is. And also, it's really fucking racist. Oh my god, I just got reminded of that. Just like the just... Whose idea was that? We need to segregate our alert system. That's so fucked up. Oh my goodness. Whenever you feel like you might be a little racist, remember you're not a California lawmaker. You can see it while you're building the next leg. I don't... Oh. Oh, that's what you mean? That's what you mean. Oh. Yeah, I just bent it back this far, but if you keep pushing it... But that means I now need to paint this, annoyingly. I say annoyingly, it's not that big of a deal, but I knew I was gonna have to paint that. It might not seem big to you, but you see how that has a light metallic sheen on it? I want that for all the vents. A lot of times the analog horrors do use Amber Alert sounds. If you're talking about the one that just goes like, where it just cuts in and goes, this is an automated alert, and then they like give a description. Yeah, those are Amber Alerts. If you are in America, it doesn't matter if like you're in your car, if you have a phone on you, it doesn't matter what it is. When a kid get kidnapped, what happens is immediately, whether it's your phone or something else, we'll just go, a child just got, keep your eyes out, bro. It's actually really effective. It's actually a super effective system and has saved the lives of a lot of children. Ooh. But low key, it is fucking terrifying when it happens because it's just a loud noise that you'll just be like listening to like Radio Gaga by Queen on the radio. Radio, someone still love. You have my attention, and you have fucked up my pacemaker. It depends where you live. I mean, if you live with like where there's more people around, Amber Alerts will be more common, but Amber Alerts are pretty rare. They're pretty rare because kids aren't just being kidnapped every day, like where you live. Like if you live in like even like a relatively big city, you're not gonna hear an Amber Alert all that often. Because children aren't just yoinked all the time. Like where I live in a small town. There's like an Amber Alert, and this is for like the entire county that I live in, mind you. Amber Alert's a lot of times done by counties, so like the entire county I live in, not the township or city, the entire county. There's like maybe 1-2 Amber Alerts a year, and at that, sometimes there's like no Amber Alerts in an entire year. But if you live like in a city, because there's just a lot more people in one place, you get like an Amber Alert every couple of months. It kind of depends where you live. You live in a shittier place, you'll get more Amber Alerts, of course. But yeah, Amber Alert. They're rare enough where you get caught off guard by them regardless. Oh god, that spot would be crazy in new type green. Ooh. Maybe, here's an idea. And I don't think I'm skilled enough to do this. But I could take thinner. I could take a bunch of thinner, mix it with, I could like take a little bit of this, put it in here, and put a lot of thinner in here, and then use it to panel line the vents. I don't think I'm skilled enough for that, but I think that would be a good idea. Hold up, I need to get the extra. But yeah, Amber Alerts aren't that common. You'll get, if you like live in the Midwest, and well, depends where you live in the Midwest. If you live in the southern Midwest, you'll hear like tornado sirens more often. And if you're like, oh my god, tornadoes, don't worry. Like, here's what a tornado siren is. It's just raining, and then the rain stops, and you just hear in the distance, and you're like, time to go to the basement for the next 20 minutes. A tornado siren does not necessarily mean there is a tornado, like it's supposed to mean that, but what it more means is like somebody thinks they might have saw a tornado, so just to be safe, get your ass underground. But the most terrifying thing isn't the siren. Like I know like sirens are considered scary because it means like, oh, the bringer of destruction. It's like the beacon of doom. No, the scary thing about a tornado or about tornado weather is you'll just be sitting there watching the rain and it'll be coming down like you've never seen before in your life. I mean, last week it was coming down this hard, but you know what I mean. It's like coming down like a monsoon, but you live like several hundred miles inland, and so you're just watching monsoon weather, and then it just stops. Like, for my Southeast Asian fans, because I know a lot of you live there, imagine just in the middle of a monsoon, it just stopped. And like, not in like the eye of a hurricane way, it just stopped. And that's when you go, I need to go underground real quick because there might be a tornado. Like that's the moment you go, oh, shit's really bad now. Oh my god. It's especially bad when everything stops and it's green. And you might be like, why are things green? Because the moisture in the air refracts the light and makes it green. That happens sometimes. Ooh, after a good rain, when everything's green, you just go outside and everything's green because everything is so moist and the air itself has so much humidity that it refracts the air and it looks like somebody just put a green filter on. It's like you went down to Mexico, but like yellow, but green instead of yellow. It's like that. If you've ever watched Breaking Bad and you're like, why is everything yellow? Imagine that, but green. That actually happens on rare occasions, and you're just like, yep. If you live by the Great Lakes, that'll just happen. Put it in stream talk? Okay. Epion back? Ooh, okay. Oh my god! Can I share this on stream? I don't think I can. Oh my god, I was just scrolling through. Hold up, I'm gonna end the poll real quick. Keep the wood. I didn't even show off the wood, I just realized. End poll. I forgot, I didn't even show off the gun. I showed it at the start of stream, but I don't even know where the beam rifle is. I'm doing wood paneling for my beam rifle again, and it looks like you guys want me to keep the wood paneling. There's a Pippa short where Pippa says one of the most off-the-wall things I've ever heard her say. Chat, where's the beam rifle? That's not what she said, bud. I really like putting wood furniture on my beam rifles, even though it makes no sense. I don't know where my beam rifle is. Oh, there it is. But yeah, for this, I've done it again. I was just like, and my favorite thing is you can be really sloppy with the paint, and it just makes it look more like wood. I like it a lot. Green? Who the fuck spilled my Mountain Dew? It does. It looks like you're inside of a Mountain Dew can. You know, it kind of do look like that after a good rain around the Great Lakes. It happens like once a year, and you always feel like something's really fucked up, and then you remember, oh, this is just something that happens once a year. But you can be really sloppy, and it just looks more like wood when you do it. But I really like putting wood furniture on my beam rifles, because it kind of looks clutch, chat. It kind of looks ballin', I'm not gonna lie. I really like it. Why would your sci-fi gun have wood furniture? Why wouldn't it, dude? If you could, would you not put wood furniture on your beam rifle? Yellow is also... I've also seen yellow refraction. It's kind of a green yellow when the green happens, but it... Ooh, I've seen yellow. Yellow happens a little more often, but it's yellow, so it's not as appreciable, I find. Where I live, like, especially if you live around the closer you live around the Great Lakes, because of the moisture in the air from the Great Lakes, I find that, like, at least where I live, you could just, like, the night sky was often purple. And I love that. It's like, if you just look on the night sky and you'd be like, wow, that shit's just straight up like a dark purple, and it's beautiful. 1 minute. What was I gonna look up? I don't remember. I don't remember. I was gonna do a different poll or something. What was I doing? That my brain just malfunctions. Ooh. Sounds like you should own a Master Grade Re G7. I like the Re G7. Wait, sorry, not Re G7. What the fuck? I saw. Sorry, Re GZ. That's what it is. That's like the that's like the successor, right? To the, hold on. That's like the successor to the Zeta Gundam, right? I was looking for my phone and I forgot that I broke it. That one, if I remember correctly, yes it is. The thing is, ironically, I don't like it. I like the Re-GZ. Yeah, it's just Re-GZ. I like the Re-GZ in the Inchar's counterattack. I hate the models. And you might be like, why do you hate the models? Because they're green. Normally, I like the color, but I don't like how it looks on the Re-GZ. Which is really stupid, I know. But I think it looks real... I think green and, like, teal specifically, which is what it has, can look wonderful as a complementary color. I absolutely cannot stand it. I cannot stand it as, like, a primary color. And it just... It hurts my eyes. It's one of my favorite colors, and I hate seeing too much of it. Re-GZ, thank you. I always forget how to pronounce it. But oddly, I have a weird love-hate relationship. I feel like I'd get it if I had more skill at customizing builds. I'm actually this month I hope to get an airbrush kit. I'm gonna get an airbrush kit so that way I can paint the Gustav Karl to look like Karl Butabansky from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, because I'm a child. Ooh. But I want to also do other things. I just want I've always wanted an airbrush. So hopefully this or next month I'll finally get an airbrush. But... wow. Okay. That's my plan currently. Yeah, you're really gonna hate him before even seeing him? How... ooh. I honestly actually, thank you for bringing up AK-47s. Seeing him, oh. Wait, does the, wait, does, because we looked at the Doga. Is the Rika Z holding an AK-47? Wait a minute. Is its gun effectively? There's a lot of what? Oh darn it! Not Resident Evil. No, it's not. But would look good with wood paneling, wood furniture. But thank you for bringing up the At least the picture that I'm looking at doesn't. But thank you for bringing it up, because I am convinced part of the reason that the AK-47 is as popular as it is just because the wood furniture. Okay? A lot of other guns don't have wood furniture. They're all prosthetic. They're all synthetic and whatnot nowadays. But like AK-47s always look so nice. And they're always wood furniture. You ever see a synthetic AK-47? It looks awful. It looks ugly. It looks hideous. It's absolutely disgusting to see like an AK-47 without wood furniture, without the wood on it. And I honestly, I kind of wonder, it's like, well, if it looks bad without the wood, did it ever look good to begin with? Is kind of my thought. I think what it is, I just think it has. I think we might just be lying to ourselves, chat. I think we just like wood. I don't think the gun looks any good. I think it might just be we like wood. But the Rika Z is a way to make the Zeta transformable more simple, and in the end, it's kind of it's like, oh well, you can like transform out of your like flying mode more easily, but you can't transform back after you transform out of it. So it's like a launch system, so it gets you to the battle more quickly. And it makes it so that you can be more of an assault interceptor initially before becoming a mecha, but also it means that you just kind of lose, not half of your mecha, but you lose the flight system every time you no longer use it. You just abandon it, which would just be expensive as hell over time. And I'm sure like it was technically a prototype system, so like it was probably like a worthwhile cost for that model of it, but it's not really effective, the fact that you lose your flight system every time you go into battle. What are we? I'm off! That's one of my favorite Norm Macdonald jokes, actually. When he was on Conan O'Brien, if you don't know this story, he was told he had to tell, like, he had to have a 5 minutes of material for, like, for his comedy bit. And he did not. He had a 30-second joke. So what he did is he just told a story about a moth, and this was the 30-second thing. What it is a moth goes into a doctor's office and just says like how he's having a really bad time. And then Norm Macdonald just went into detail about like how bad it was. It was like, yeah, you know, like when I look into my son's eyes, I don't love him anymore, doctor. I don't recognize him. Like, it just gets like really dark. And it just goes to like 5 minutes of him just getting to this darker and darker story. And then the doctor goes like, wow, that's really heavy. But why did you come to me? Like, I'm not that kind of doctor. And the moth just goes, oh, the light was on. And then he did it again. He did that again on Conan O'Brien when he talked about like this, when he just talked about like some random guy from Quebec, and he's just like, oh, like he was like, he's gonna be our next prime minister. He had so much potential and hope. And he just tells again this 5-minute story about this just random guy who you can't even get the name correct. He's just telling this story, telling this story, telling this story. And then at the end, he's just like, he sees the guy, and he's like working at SeaWorld feeding a dolphin. And he's just like, oh, you know, Quine, whatever your name is, complicated name because it sounds funny. Where were you? You were the best of us, you know, like, you know, and now you've thrown it all away to be here and da da da. And then the guy just looks at him and goes like, you know, I can see where you come from, but I think I'm serving a youthful porpoise. And it's just like, he just tells his long story about like growing up, and you're like, okay, so this isn't a real story, but where is it going? And it's all just for a terrible pun at the end. And then he just looks at the audience as like, I just did that, and the audience is like, this might be one of the greatest comedians to ever live. Oh, that was stupid of me. I shouldn't put that on yet. The Rika Z custom is the version that has an AK. Oh, not the Rika Z. Okay, send a picture in stream talk. Okay, I'll share that actually. The Rika Z just looks like a normal gun. That's gunplay and models. Oh my goodness! Oh wait, no, unknown shared. I was about to say, Sazabi shared even more, which wouldn't surprise me, but unknown shared. Oh, this looks wonderful. That's the... It's a custom kit, I can tell. The legs I should recognize, but I don't, and it pisses me off, because I definitely have seen those legs before. But I know the arms are from the... Oh, I forget what it's called. The Astray. The arms are from the Astray, and the reason I know that is because the Astray has those, like, exposed inner arms, and they're red. The red Astray, I can recognize that. The legs... I want you not to tell me, but I cannot remember what the legs are from. That looks really nice, though. There are some really nice poses as well. That is... Got a big old sword. Got a big sword. But that looks like a really nice custom. I've seen those legs before. I don't even know if they're Gunpla legs, but I've seen those legs somewhere before. But let me go to Stream Talk. Oh yeah, its wings are supposed to be way bigger. Yeah, this is the Epion, as we showed earlier with this. The Epion is, again, out of frame. Wait. The Epion's here. You can see how its wings are like real... The wings, I guess, are supposed to be like folded up here. Let's go... But like, I feel like I don't like that they're rounded. You can see how they're more angular here, and I'm sure that different like shows different models and whatnot. But I think the angular wings look better. I don't mind them being more folded up and being a little smaller. I don't like how rounded they are. I think this looks better. I'm sure that this is technically a real grade, so it's not actually how it looks. But yeah. The Epion doesn't have as long legs. That is just a fucking AK-47. Okay. I hate the purple. But I think if you made that purple into like a dark, not a dark, into like a medium gray, I think this kit would look really cool. And it looks like it doesn't lose its flight system when it transforms, which is also really good. I like this. I like this. I would consider getting this. If this is what you meant, I would consider getting this. Oddly, I'd want to put the original Rika Z head on it, though. I'd want to put the original Rika Z head on it. But I don't know where I'd get that. I like the original. I like the Rika Z's head. I like how it has the feel of like a successor to the Zeta. But I like this. The fact that it just has... I understand why it doesn't have like a big proper AK-47 butt to it, but the fact that it only has wood furniture on the front, I want wood furniture on the back. And you might be like, it doesn't have a butt. There'd be no place to put the wood furniture. I still want it. I still want it. It looks really nice. Thank you for sharing that. They can't make the wings too big since you would be exposed to hiding in combat. That's true. Even if you don't put hitboxes on it, it would give away your position. I don't really mind the fact that they're small. I just think the shape looks... I think they look a little... They look a little too rounded and thick would be more my problem with the wings. They look chonky. Let me see if... no, never mind. Never mind. The wings aren't chonky. Okay, I can see right here that's really thin, actually. Here, though, because you have this bit... You have this line, this lighting line right here. It makes it look like it would be really thick because of this highlight. I don't really know why that highlight's there. It's more of just an oddity. But thank you. I know I'm a fan of Pippa, but as a real fan of Pippa, I was gonna say, like, I'm gonna talk some shit right now. Any real fan of Pippa talks shit. And I think her taste in cryptids is shit. She likes Mothman. And I think Mothman is one of the most boring cryptids ever. Because a lot of people are like, it's a giant Mothman. Mothman has some killer art, some killer designs, okay? Literally Batman villain, awesome. But chat, what's the lore of Mothman? Okay, and when you learn the lore of Mothman, it's kind of really underwhelming. It's like a bunch of people saw something that was big and had wings, and they were really obsessed with it because nothing else was going on. And then a bridge collapsed and everyone cared more about that, and then the Mothman sighting stopped because everyone cared more about the bridge. And they're like, oh, Mothman caused the bridge to collapse, did he? Did he, though? No. But it's just, I think Mothman's pretty boring. I think Mothman's a boring one. It's just, some people saw some things. You know, some people saw like a snowy owl. Ooh. 9 out of 10 concept, execution for, yeah, execution. It's just people saw a big owl and they're like, oh my god. It had like a 6-foot wingspan, and it's like, oh, so like a snowy owl, which was my favorite owl growing up. So I was just like, so it's a big owl. It's like, yeah. But like, I feel like the fact that he just goes away after the bridge because everyone just cared more about the bridge than him, I feel like he didn't have staying power. Why is Mothman, like, people still see Bigfoot. Like, Bigfoot is like a shit concept, but wonderful execution. It's like, what's Bigfoot? It's like a big dude with a lot of hair. Oh, so he's my cousin Terry. He's just a guy from New Jersey. He's just an Italian. He's just an Italian sunbather in the woods. You know, that's all his concept is. But like, you know, we've all seen a hairy sumbitch and we're like, oh, there's Bigfoot. Bigfoot's not the most original idea, but you can see Bigfoot anywhere, you know? It's just a dude walking through the woods. It's just a Italian. That's all it is. Ooh. Owls are gigantic, especially snowy owls. Ooh. Also, their wingspans are massive because, ooh, actually, owls are just fascinating creatures in general. We've gone full circle back to owls. Owls are one of my favorite birds. If not for harpy eagles, actually, my like favorite birds would be a type of owl. Probably the snowy owl. But I love owls. I love how owls are just designed to kill. Like, we always think like eagles are really hardcore. Owls' feathers don't make, like, are literally designed that when they flap their wings, they actually cancel out their own noise because how the feathers are structured. So when they flap, they make minimal noise. And the reason they do this is because they hunt at night. And so that way small animals that are really good at hearing, because those animals are also out at night, cannot hear them. So they just grab things without ever being heard. It's just, you know, you don't hear like flap, flap, flap. You just hear nothing and then just grabs. He just grabs and goes away. It's like the harpy eagle, you know, where the harpy eagle is like, you know, it has shorter wings than it needs, so it can go in between the canopy and grab monkeys. It's like that. It's like monkeys are like, we're in the canopy, we're safe, right, Dawn? Dawn? Oh shit. It's like that. Owls are like that. It's like, it's late and nobody can see us, right, Phil? Phil? Chupacabra. I don't like. There's 2 chupacabras. Speaking of AKs, what's your input on the plume color bake-like furniture? I don't know what that is. 1 minute. Can you share that on the Discord? Because I don't know what that is. Ooh. That's a lot of words, and I'm not an AK guy. I'm not Brendan Herrera. I am not Brendan Herrera, sadly. Ooh, does living his best life making gun videos. Oh. It appears that I have messed up on something. What was I thinking? I was talking about owls. and how they're little bastards. I've lost my train. Oh, chupacabras. Okay, I like the chupacabras that are like, you know, like little spiky creatures. Like they look like they have big eyes. They look like grays, but they have spikes and they have big fangs. I like those ones. I like the spiky chupacabras that are just like little goblins or imps. I love those ones that are just like little monsters. I hate the coyotes with mange. That's so boring. The fact that they're like, oh, I saw a coyote without hair. It was a chupacabra. What did it do? Did it drink the blood of your animal? No, it ate it. No, the chupacabras are like vampiric. They drink blood. It's like, no, I ate my animals. You know, nothing to do with blood anymore. It's like, I hate how they're like, it's a chupacabra. So no. Do not recast the chupacabra. You took away all of its pizzazz, all of its, you know, neatness. It's literally just a dog with mange. It's a dog with hair problems. It's a dog with male pattern baldness. Why did you do this? Let me put the pic there. Okay. It looks like leather. Oh my god, what the fuck is going on there? Like, it looks like plastic that's meant to look like leather is how I describe it. I don't like how the magazine... I don't like how the magazine has the brown. I feel like it would look better if you just had the traditional wood furniture, but then you did like a cozy, because like some guns can have cozies on the butts of them. So on the back of it, if you don't know what the butt is, it's the back of the gun that sits on your shoulder. If you like put like a nice dark leather, like, you know, cover on it, I feel like that would look nice. I feel like having just a AK-47 with leather on it would look better than what I'm looking at right now. It'd probably also not be a good idea in some places, but it's not terrible, but I'm not sold on it. I'm not sold on it. Oh, they just go down. Let's have a niche mega. Ooh, what did you miss? We've just been talking about random stuff. We've been talking with Twitch and YouTube about just guns for some reason. I feel like maybe Mary should be here, but whatever. Chupacabras can sometimes be really small. Chupacabras, chihuahuas. A chihuahua chupacabra I would accept. Not like a coyote. You know, I could accept like a chihuahua chupacabra. I think that would be a fun rebrand. If you're gonna make a chupacabra just into a hairless dog, making it a chihuahua would be fun. I could get behind that. Give a chihuahua big massive fangs. You know, make it like the Taco Bell dog, but just bloodthirsty. I could get behind that. Give it little spikes. It has to have spikes. You need to give the thing spikes. It looks so cool when it has spikes. So I realized that the tragic Apex Gundam collab is, Apex is the same universe as Titanfall. Apex is the same universe as Titanfall? I did not know that. Or is it, and the, mech FPS game, and, yeah. And they are literally begging on the knees for, more Titanfall content. Is it this, I don't think is it the same universe, or is it the same engine? I think what they did was they used the engine, and instead of making Titanfall, because it was a single player game and it wasn't as profitable, so they made Apex, and then Apex was super profitable, so they're just not making Titanfall is what they decided to do, which is a bummer, because Titanfall, I've only heard good things about it, especially the second one. But I do know that they are the same engine. I don't know if they're the same universe though, but maybe they are. Ooh. I don't know the lore of Titanfall. I just know Optimus Prime. If dinosaurs were to be back right now, they're called birds, but I know what you mean. How many people do you think would, grab their guns? Oh my god. And, fucking how many people, dude? You ever wonder why there's no woolly mammoths? You ever wonder why super fauna just doesn't exist in the modern day? Dude, if dinosaurs were still alive, they would be, most of them would be extinct in the modern day. If humans co-evolved with dinosaurs, real talk, the Tyrannosaur would have been killed like 5,000 years ago. We would have hunted it to extinction. Unironically. Like, you're like, why don't we have mammoths? Is it like, because of like climate change 3,000 years ago? No, we hunted them. We were like, you're really easy to kill and really big, which makes you really slow. We're gonna eat you. Like, we would absolutely, but the thing is, we wouldn't be able to because our ancestors would have already killed them with spears. They are the same universe? I had no idea. I had no idea they were the same universe. I just thought they were the same engine. That does make it sad. I'm missing a piece, aren't I? Yes, I'm missing this piece, which... Did I not cut off this piece? Hold up, let me see here. It would be A. A2. Well, no, it'd be A1. Okay, A1, A2. So I've already cut off the piece. So the piece is somewhere on this table, is what that means. Or it's fallen off. But I'm missing the knee piece. I was doing prep earlier today, so hopefully it didn't fall somewhere. I'm just looking for the piece. But okay, so they are same universes. That's surprising. It is the same universe. There is a lot of references in Titanfall universe. Okay. Okay. So it's not just the same engine. It's the same. It's literally the same world. I know that Titanfall had a lot of fun mechanics in it, so I'm not surprised. On a mechanical level, just surprised on a lore level. An old type of plastic, it's the color due to oxidization, if you recall. Okay, so that's interesting. I have lost the knee. I'm not sure where it is. I'm gonna actually just look for it real quick. If I can't find it on stream, I'm just gonna continue building what I do have. Okay, I had this piece earlier today, so it's somewhere around here. So I'm not too worried. It's also it's a fairly large piece, so I'll be able to find it. Ooh. It's just annoying that I don't have it right now. It might have just been put in the wrong bag. Let me check my bags real quick and make sure they're all empty. That is the bag for a different kit. I'll say let me check the bags, and I don't know where all my bags are. Wait, is that the piece? Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's in the crotch. It's in the groin. Man, I hope Respawn is making Titanfall 3. Respawn releases height. Oh god, yeah, everyone was like, the Doki bird react of it being like from the creators of Titanfall. What that means is it was just a couple of developers who happened to also work at the studio. It wasn't the actual creators, but from the creators of Titanfall, and you just see, even though it's a model, you could see Doki Bird's eyes light up. You could feel the hope within her eyes. And then they reveal High Guard, and you could just see all that. You could see the darkness just set in with her. You could see Doki Bird just go, like, not become hateful, but you could feel the dark side follow over her. It's just like, I had hope and I was wrong to ever feel that kind of feeling. Oh my god, Doki Bird's reaction perfectly sums it up. So many people want if they cannot get a sequel to Titanfall, you can make a spiritual successor, and people are willing for a spiritual successor to Titanfall. It's doable. You can have it. It's been done before with video games. But instead we got High Guard. Oh god. Oh my god. What was the idea with that? Oh hey guys, let's make a squad-based shooter, hero shooter. As though those aren't literally the most made fun, like it's high risk, high reward hero shooters. It's like you have to put in a lot of money into them, and like if it's successful, you will blow up and be super successful like Marvel Rivals. But even if you're successful, you can always become like Overwatch and just fucking piss it all away. But everyone thinks they're gonna be the next Overwatch or Marvel Rivals, but what you're more likely to be is the next Concord. Ooh. Where, oh my god. But everyone's holding on to that hope. It's like when PUBG came out and then Fortnite did Battle Royale and everyone was like, oh, we'll be the next Battle Royale. It's like that. It's like, you can be, like, Battle Royale is high risk. It's one of those things where the market's already cornered. And one of the reasons why Marvel Rivals exploded was because Overwatch crapped the bed. So you had a lot of people who played Overwatch and they're like, okay, this isn't good anymore. And then Marvel Rivals was like, but we are good and we are similar enough to be recognizable, but different to be our own, and different enough to be our own thing. And people are like, sign me up. You know, like, it's also kind of a bit of luck, you know, because Overwatch with Overwatch 2 crapped the bed so hard is part of the reason why there was enough of a hole in the market for Marvel Rivals. Not to say that, like, if it wasn't for that, Marvel Rivals wouldn't have been successful, but it helps. And the thing is that everyone thinks that they can just break into the market. Director walking into the office. Okay. How, guys, let's make Apex, but fantasy? Let's make it a 3v3 shooter. Oh my god. And like, I don't understand how they didn't think that would be the sweatiest thing ever. Like, you can have games that are 4v4, and those can be sweaty as hell. But like 3v3, like, is such a... For one thing, it's easy to coordinate. A lot of people have like 2 other people that they can play a game with. So it immediately made it on release where if you did not have 2 other people to play the game with, you're just gonna get wrecked. Because you just go up against people who did have 2 other people to play with, and even if you're a better player, they could coordinate, you could not coordinate with your team, and so it just was immediately a shit show. Ooh. Like, it's insane. They use the same gun. Okay. You love chest mono eye on the Penelope Elysius? Oh, does it have a chest mono eye? See the fan art in the Gundam channel? Oh. We did a good look at it, but oh, I didn't even notice that. I don't know if that's like an added thing, but the Elysius having a mono eye. Also, that's an incredible like position for it. I mean, for the entire painting, it looks good, is what I'm saying. That looks really nice. Oh, depends who you are. Lead singer of Imagine Dragons made a capture the flag shooter that is getting great reviews. Is it? I've heard people like a little hesitant on that one. Ooh. But also, I mean, I think one of the big problems with High Guard is the fact that also it got really hyped up. It got the biggest spot in the Game Awards. And so everyone was just like, this doesn't look all that interesting. Honestly, it would not have had as many players on release as it did if not for that. But at the same time, it has like, what? 10,000, 20,000 players now. And it's like, it probably could have had 10,000 players anyways on release, and it wouldn't have had a bad taste in everyone's mouth. Is like the big thing. It's like Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite, everyone played it on release, and it doesn't matter if it got better later on, because everyone was like, yeah, but I played it on release, and it wasn't good. And it's like, that's the problem. firstly, you should always release it as best as you can. But a big thing is just like, when you release to a massive audience and everyone plays your game, and everyone's like, this isn't very good, they're not going to give it a second chance because they have other things that they want to play. They have limited time. So having too big of a release, I think, can really be a problem if you don't have a complete game, which they kind of didn't. Elysius has 2 eyes. It has 2 eyes, but what we were looking at was this, where it has a mono eye in the chest. So if you look... Ooh. And I did not... So yeah, the Elysius is a Gundam, so it has 2 eyes, but I did not know... I don't know if this is a fan art interpretation or if this is something they did, but I like how it has a mono eye in the transformation, so I hope that's canon. I know that's the flight. I know it's the flight unit. I know it's the flight unit. I know it has a Gundam underneath. It has a new Gundam, and it has the Gundam Odyssey in the Penelope. I'm aware. What? What is it? The director walking into the... Okay. God, I kind of want the Elysius, but also it's... I don't have space for this, and I still have a massive backlog. Let's get... Ooh. Oh, I have something to show you at the end of stream. I have I showed you the guy who made the Asmongold like video where it's just him talking about random, just one of the animated videos somebody made of him, if you remember it. Oh, son of a gun. I wish I knew that was there. It's fine. I don't need to paint that steel. But I found the guy's made more animated videos that I want to show you. Ooh. And if you like the one, and it's just about him being a disciple of Nurgle again. There's also something else I want to show you, but I can't quite remember what it was. Oh, I want to talk about the poll and how the poll is going for the next build. So does anything need to go on here, or can these just go together? They can. There we go. I should probably add a little bit of panel liner to these to get a little bit more contrast, but that looks nice. And then... Oh, okay, so a lot's happening here. Let me look at this. You go in here. Also, I made a revelation with my builds chat because I'm very stupid. Hold up. As I said, I'm pretty stupid, so let me... It goes on like this. There we go. But that is that master grades. I've not built a lot of master grades in my defense. Let me get out the gay real quick. Come here, gay boy. But the gay has this little thing that you can use for like a master grade stand. Ooh, it has a little taint holder, and I can't get it off now. But it has this little peg. And I have the pegs for my GM command space type, so the legs don't have to fall off when I put it on a stand anymore. But I don't know where the peg is. Ooh. But I'm a little annoyed that the pegs don't come with the stands. I understand why they don't, but it annoys me. Ooh. Ooh. Also need to find the peg for the Sinanju. I don't know if I still have it. Let's see here. Ooh. It's kind of a loose, by the way, to make sure you tighten it up. I feel like I've not assembled this part correctly. Oh my god. Hold up. It's like this, and then we put it in like this. Okay. So what are we doing wrong? I feel like when it's fully assembled, it'll be fine, hopefully. And then we put these in. I appreciate that this is not an, ooh, as I like to call them, illegal builds as a reference to Lego. But there's a lot of builds that once you put in like these Verniers, you can't take them out again. They're just stuck in there forever. But this kit, ooh, if you can see that little gray line, if you have something thin enough, and I don't know if this will do the trick, but hopefully it will, you can just push it and get that back out. So if I want to paint that later, I can. Loosen up the leg into the hip connection. Ooh. Check Stream Talk. Okay. Sorry, I had... let me move Stream Talk over here, actually. Oh! Oh, it has one of those type of mono eyes. Hold up. It has one of... It has a mono eye, not like a Zaku, but more like... What is it? What's the one mono eyes that move all... like a Zeong, where it can move all over the place. That is the Elysius with a mono eye. Huh? Oh, someone just saw someone said the most schizo post ever. If it's even real, I just satire, but they said that is one of the greatest posts I've ever heard. What Ricey was not able to say was that somebody somewhere said that Israel is secretly controlled by the Jews. Somebody tell the land of Joshua. Tell the children of Abraham, quick, there might be Jews afoot. Are there people that stupid? Yes. That's the funnest part. Guys, I think Israel might be controlled by the Jews. The Jews is like my least favorite conspiracy theory because it's so boring. It's so boring, to be honest. It's like, thing happened, who's to blame? The Jews. And it's like, oh, it's like they just have a hive mind, it's all their fault. There's no depth, there's no like nuance. Yakub is far better. The idea that white people were just invented by an evil black scientist, ooh, that's fun. Ooh. The Illuminati's better than the Jews. Okay, that's not too bad. Oh, okay, why are you stuck now? So I moved it forward, but now it's a little stuck. Okay, so you are being a little bit difficult, but that is funny. God. Thing is like, nah, nobody's that stupid to not know that literally Israel is a Jewish state. But there are people that stupid. There are absolutely people that stupid. Oh, you sent another screenshot. Oh, damn it. So this is another angle of the Penelope. That's really dark. Why? I know it's just a shot, but you can see the mono eye also in the movie from that angle. Which explains how it sees, because those cameras on the Gundam are so covered up. Did I assemble this incorrectly or something? Hold on, I'm going to take this off. No, it's saying I put it together right. So why does it feel so wrong? It goes in like this. Is it not in deep enough? No, it literally cannot go in deeper. Okay, so... It doesn't feel like it has a proper range of motion. And it feels like it gets stuck. Like, you can see how far back it is right here. Then I move it forward. Okay. It doesn't go all the way forward, though. You can see there's still a little bit of a gap. And then I push it back, and I can't push it all the way back again without putting out a little bit of force. I don't know, just... It makes me a little cautious about this build. Oh. Oh, please tell me these, like, plug in more. Okay, they do. Okay, I was about to say, that is really loose, but that goes in. We built this like a real grade. I just realized we built it from the feet up. Ooh. Ooh. Now these are all like not polycaps, so it's gonna be relatively easy to fix, quote unquote, but... And mind you, it's the swivel, which doesn't have to be tight to begin with, but the swivel feels very loose to me. What's shaking here? Okay, now it's loosened up. Okay, so once you have the weight of the legs on it, this part is the waist does loosen up. Okay. But we got that excellent I was gonna say we have the excellent bend at the knee, but can we really? Oh, why are you? Whoa! What are you doing? Oh my. Okay, that's really tight. Sorry, what I was trying to do was put the leg up so it could do a kick, so I could then bend the leg, and I kind of hate this. I hate any kit that I have to do this on. I have to grab the leg and then bend it separately, because you were saying this was going to be tight, but honestly the problem I'm having right now is that this part, now that I've put it all together, is super loose. Like, it's not like the loosest, you can see it's holding position, but if everything else is tighter than that part, so if I want to move anything on the legs, it causes all of this assembly, it causes this assembly to move if I want to move anything. The foot is tighter, the knees are tighter, the thigh, oh my goodness, the thigh itself is way tighter, and actually, to move the thigh actually causes it to pull out a little. Oh my god, and ugh. Not only that, but you can see how far off these are from the center. Normally on a kit, these are a little bit closer in, but this feels like it could break. This honestly feels like it could break very easily, and I need to hold this real quick. I need to... Oh yeah. It might already be bent a little. Jesus Christ. This is, not ideal. I don't know how it's gonna be when it's fully constructed, but this kit, I can promise you... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And it's loose. I was saying, like, it's holding position. No, it's not. It's loose. Yep, it's fucking loose. It's fucking loose. Wonderful. We just built this. It looks nice. It looks nice, but... Oh my goodness. This inner part, that just falls off easily. This part, though, is so loose, and I don't know why. It's not backwards. I checked the piece. Ooh, and this piece is going on correctly. I might have to tighten that. The tolerance on this kit is kind of off. I don't know why. This is also why I say that Moon Gundam is overrated. So this is a problem throughout the kit. That's not good. Mind you, this isn't like a break thing, but... And mind you, a lot of times with Gunpla kits, I find that the legs are usually the most problematic part, because they have the most... They have to support the rest of the kit while having their own intricate assembly. But sadly, it's not the intricate part that is having a problem with this kit. It's the simplest part is having an issue. Now, mind you, that means it's the easiest part to fix. It just fell on its own again. It's the easiest part to fix, and because you can just put some joint thickener, which I have right here. I can just throw some joint thickener on that part and let it dry. I can probably maybe put some joint thickener on this thigh and let it thicken. But out the box, it being this loose, I pretty much, I can't say for your kit because every print is a little different, but I can promise myself that this kit has to have joint thickener. It's gonna need joint thickener because this kit's gonna get horrendously loose with time. I feel like I was gonna say, like, on a stand, it wouldn't have that problem with supporting the funnels, but I've learned with the F91, both the high grade and master grade, if you have weak legs, the legs will actually degrade faster on a stand. I actually learned that with entry grades. Ooh. So, before we end, we're actually just gonna apply some joint thickener of all things. What about it? Okay. Took your allergy medicine and can't keep my eyes open. Thanks for the stream. Don't worry, we're wrapping up. We're just gonna apply a little bit of joint thickener to these parts. Luckily, it's all the same area. We're just gonna apply some joint thickener. We're gonna get out this. Put this here, and then what? Splay these out a little. And mind you, the joint thickener isn't necessary. Ooh. And so your kit might be tighter. This probably wouldn't be an issue with your kit. But this is, I think, all I need to do is just add like a coat of joint thickener. Let it dry a little. And see how that is like in a day. But also, this is like a very fixable issue. This is like very treatable, what I'm doing right now. And it's all in one spot, so it's really not a big problem at all. You've built mine a while back, but it's like that on yours as well. The entire hips and legs is just not having it. Okay, so that's sad to hear that it might be a common issue with the print, with the mold itself and not the print. So let's see here. You should take the hips out and use pencil graphite to lube up the hip connections. I think my issue's opposite. They're too loose. What do you mean lube them up? You can be stressed and break. Oh my god. So I see what you mean, actually. So what you're saying is, you're not talking about these points that we just touched up. You're talking about these points, aren't you? You're saying that this assembly, this whole thing right here that connects all these pieces together, these, I forget what you'd call these, but these axles, let's call them. It's not an axle, but you're saying that this can break. That's not good. I mentioned how that felt loose, and yeah, it's already bent a little. Mind you, I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if you can see it, but I can see that it's very slightly bent already. It's already a little bent. It's only by like half a degree, if that. But yeah. It's always legs. It's always legs. Ooh, I feel like this is gonna be the year where I'm gonna have a bunch of builds with bad legs. The Gyaradoga's legs were loose because its legs are just too big for the Gundam Mark II. Sorry, for the Gundam 2.0 hips that it has. I mean, this was last year, but the GM legs were just broken out of the box. Ooh. I just have terrible luck with legs, it feels like. So, welcome. We are actually just wrapping up. Ooh, that spot, yeah. Okay, so it is. So these connection points are a weak point in the kit. Good to know. So you said okay. So actually, yeah, these are the parts that you'd want to lube up because oh my god, those are tight. I don't have graphite though, is the problem. Oof. That's not bent. It's just at an angle. The PC kind of inside the ball. What I'm talking about when I say it's bent is the fact that it's not symmetrical. Is that this side is a little bit going going a little bit more this way than this one is. They're both a little bent, but I can tell one is a little more bent than the other, and this is already dry. So let me test this out before we end stream. Oh yeah, I mean, I probably am gonna have to reapply it because I just put it on too early. But yeah, I'm gonna have to reapply it because I put it on too early. But yeah, just one coat of joint thickener is all you're gonna need. It looks like for these legs, because that immediately had a difference. Mind you, you're gonna actually want to wait a day to do it, so it doesn't come off when you put it on. But yeah, that looks great. I'm gonna apply another coat of joint thickener on this part because just how loose it was and how much weight it's gonna have to support. So I'm just gonna do that. But yeah, so you said graphite to lubricate that part. Just get a pencil. Oh, great. Oh, thank goodness. So get a pencil and okay, so just get some pencil lead, and it's kind of weird. Like all the parts on the hip connection that go in here are either too loose or too tight, and there's no in between. But all the other joints, mind you, I mean, that comes off, but that's a problem with a lot of back skirts. If you just put them up too much, they come off. But like, that's fine. Fine. The knee, ooh, completely fine. Actually has a really good knee bend. But the ankle pivot is really solid. I don't think it's going to be standing on these legs because how thin they are, but you know, I've been surprised before. Might be crooked. I don't know. I might just be seeing things as well. But the kit, everything else on the kit is really nice and tight. It's all well put together. It seems that that's the only part that I've heard issues about. And it's a very manageable issue. I'm actually going... I think I know what kind of, because I have shading pencils, so I think I might use the shading pencils. And there's some shading pencils that are easier to break up, so I'm going to use pretty much a very dark shading pencil to lubricate those pegs as well. But we built the head, and the V-fin just came off. That's... Whereas... I have enough PTSD from this. I've learned my lesson enough times. Where's the plastic cement? We're just gonna glue that in, actually. We're gonna take a very small amount. We're gonna take a very small amount and apply it right here. And we're just gonna glue that in, because I do not want to lose another V-fin. I have the Gundam The Origin right here, and you can see its V-fin is just gone. I don't want to lose another one. So we built the head, and because we didn't have, and we built the legs because that's what we had prepped. Let me close all my stuff so the paint doesn't dry out and the plastic cement doesn't poison me. We're waiting for the parts to dry out, but yeah, that's what we have pretty much half the kit done today, and we should have the other half of the kit done on Wednesday. Where's the gun? There's the gun. And there's our gun with wood furniture. Thank you for joining us. I hope you can join us for future streams as well when we're back on Wednesday. I forgot to share the schedule. Hold up. I forgot to share this month's schedule and explain anything about it. And I'm running over a cord, so my chair is not moving. But let me share the schedule, actually. What are you doing? What? I didn't do that. Huh, so an emote got sent without my permission. That must have happened when my phone broke or something. I don't know what the hell just happened. I just got a DM and they're just like, why did you say that? And it's just like a random emo. And I'm like, I did not send that. But let me show you the schedule for this month so you guys know what we're doing. Now, I was gonna make a Zaku review last month, and that did not come out, so I'm planning to make the Zaku and Denangay videos this month. You're back? Welcome! Sadly, we are wrapping up. Ooh. But I'll show you what we're doing this month for those who are just joining us. Welcome back, I'm Ricey. Oh god, he's so ready to be a dad. Okay. But it's the easiest way to do this is going to be calendar. There it is. Okay. So, what we're doing this month is it's Women's Month. I don't care, but it makes theming the streams a lot easier, so I do care. You know, I feel like March is Women's Month. Don't worry about it. Nobody cares. But because it's Women's Month, all the viewers' voice polls are going to be female related. Just so it's easier for me to pick games, because picking viewer voice is like I have to pick 4 games every week, and it's a pain in the ass. I have to think once a week, and it really hurts my brain. I don't like it. So we're just gonna pick girl games. This week we're actually playing Nier Automata, because that's what you guys voted for. I've never played Nier Automata before. I just know it has some existential themes in it. By the way, I'm down for us to react to the Chris Chan Transformers thing. Okay, so we might do that. Hell, we might do it this Friday. I don't know when we do that. Does Chris Chan copyright strike people? Probably. He's petty. He's a petty little fucking golem. But we can. Okay, we're probably gonna watch that sometime this month. But on Fridays are going to be Gorilla streams, which is just, you know, if I have the energy to stream, I'll stream then. Ooh. But for the rest of our Gunpla, we're going to be finishing the Moon Gundam on Wednesday. I'll be building the panels on Tuesday. Probably won't stream that because it's just going to be very tedious and boring. But we'll be doing the current poll, which you can find a link to if you're on YouTube. Rub it with a pencil, thank you. Oh, better doing Uma Musume? Wait a second. Wait a minute. Ah! That's where the Moon Gundam mostly breaks. Sorry that I missed those chats. Oh, gonna have trouble supporting the giant... Yeah. I read that part. Okay. Chris... yeah, Chris Chan made a stop-motion Transformers movie, so, you know... And Celia Knox is a Transformers fan, so, like, you know, we might watch that on stream. Do you know what this means? Christian. In one regard, I'm like, you have a mental illness, but in another regard, I'm like, you did terrible things, I don't care. Okay. But we'll be, sadly I can't share the link for the poll on, if you go to the YouTube, you can find it, or on the Discord. If you're on the Discord, it's in the polls. But we have girls, 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 which I always can get confused for Once Bitten, Twice Shy. I always get those songs confused because I always think girls, 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 girls. Once bitten, twice shy, baby. That's not the song. Those are completely different songs. But we have girls, 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 and we'll be building those on Mondays. But we still have the Black Knight. The Black Knight to build. So we'll build the Black Knight on Wednesdays until we have that finished. And then we're going to be building a purple mech at the end of the month. Why? Because I have several... I finally have in my backlog, after years of wanting them, I have Doms and Rick Doms in my backlog, and I'm gonna have you vote on which one I build. If you vote for the Rosen Zulu, I'll break your fucking legs. But that's what we're doing this month. We are just doing... We're doing a very feminine month. It's all about the girls. I hope Barbatos won't have the same problem as the Moon Gundam. You mean the Barbatos Adapt? Does it have a similar hip design? I think the Barbatos Adapt is probably going to be really good, in all honesty. I think that's coming out in July, and we'll probably build it when I receive it, in all honesty. Because that's a kit that I'm really interested in. Shit, wait, what are we doing in July? I don't think we have anything... we're building a... We're doing a custom Master Grade Gundam RX-78-3, I think. Oh, God. So I don't know if we'll have time to build the Barbatos Adapt. So June, July, August. We might have to wait until August to build that one. But that's months away. We don't need to care about that. We're building Moon Gundam. Actually, let me look at the polls and see what's in the lead. Oh, wait. We also have a video I want to show you guys. We have a fun little video I want to show you guys before we end stream. But your channel... But thank you for subscribing! I just saw that the subscriber tick went up. Thank you. But what we're building... can I share... I know technically I shouldn't do this, but... Brave. So this is the poll. There's other polls as well, but this is the current poll. As you can see, Gyanko is in the lead. Gyanko is in the lead, as you can see. We have Gyanko, we have Sailor Light Gundam, we have Gibera, we have Sugai's, all of them female piloted. I'm sorry, whenever I read the what on the Twitch, I just think of like the is it Mr. Krabs or Plankton? I think it's Plankton who does the like, what? It's Plankton. I just keep thinking of that, but we have those. I will just say Gyanko is in the lead, not only here, but I think on all polls, Gyanko's in the lead. Let me check in polling booth. I think Gyanko's in the lead everywhere, just full disclosure. Yeah, it's there as well. You know what? No. I think on... Oh, wait a minute. We were looking at that earlier. Give me 1 minute. I think on Twitter, no, it's still in the lead on Twitter. We're probably gonna build the Hyper Gyanko. I feel the tight connection is an oversight since it's very similar to the polycap construction. They feel they forgot the plastic on plastic have different tolerances compared to the plastic on rubber. That might be it. That might be it, where they're still transitioning. You what? That's what it is, thank you. Oh god, the old girl plus are genuinely unsettling. Oh, some of them have terrible faces. Some of them have terrible faces, but I think the Hyper Gyanko has an okay face. Wait, chat, Chat, I promised to show this to you a little while ago. Earlier in the stream, I was like, I shouldn't show this clip because it's a really fucked up Pippa clip, but... Oh my god, why is everything wrongly sized? But,
You better be raping kids or something, because otherwise I can't justify spending all these security agent dollars on you.
That's my corporate Oshi!
Hmm.
Who the fuck says that?
Insane sentence. I gotta make my money back somehow! Oh my...
That is such a fucked up statement. But... I don't know how to describe it. It's very uncanny. Ooh. God, the old... oh yeah, the old girl plus. They have soulless eyes, is all it is. It's just like it is Uncanny Valley. It is not because they're realistic, but because you know how an anime face should look, how it should have, you know, personality and whatnot to it. But it doesn't have that spark. It doesn't have that, like, spark of life that you want in it. So it looks like a doll in the worst way possible. And a lot of times the faces aren't on model, or they don't translate them correctly to a 3D dimension. Like, they do a 1-to-1 translation to the 3D, but they don't understand that, like, that doesn't work, so the face looks wrong even though it is correct. It's also that kind of issue. But the clip I wanted to show you was not the Pippa. It was... Don't worry about it. This guy... Boom. This is the channel, and I'm going to link it in chat. I cannot link it on Discord, on Twitch, because Twitch doesn't let me. Twitch gets very pissed off, so I'm sorry I cannot link it there. Let me grab... But on YouTube, this is their channel. They make very fun animations. Right now, they've been making a lot of Asmongold animations, but... I haven't seen this one yet, so we're just going to watch this one.
Okay, so if you had a robot, a sex robot, and...
This immediately escalated. If you had a robot, I thought it was going to be like, slavery conversation. Immediately sex.
It was controlled by a person.
Oh.
In another country where prostitution was legal.
Wait, what?
But where you were at, it was illegal. But you're having sex with the robot, but the robot is being controlled by a person.
Why is it being controlled by a person in the first place? Why wouldn't it just be automated? What? What?
Is that illegal? One.
I remember
Number
someone
two.
On Twitter posted something,
If you're a guy
Genius Kid?
and you
Child
have sex
Einstein.
with a
Jesus Christ, that face. Child Einstein and someone in the comments said, I know what you did on that island. You know, the saddest part is there's people who probably don't know the difference between Einstein and Epstein. I want you to think about that for a moment, chat. There are people who probably don't know the difference between Einstein and Epstein. Because what you said was hopefully a joke. There's people that dumb.
female robot, but the female robot is being controlled by another guy.
I was about to say, is it a dude?
Are you gay?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
But the robot looks like a girl. Like, let's say the robot looks like a girl. Like, are you gay or not?
Asmongold knows better because he played World of Warcraft. He completely knows better. Okay, if you have a girlfriend in World of Warcraft and then the person who's playing the girl is a dude, that's gay. Okay? Just because you have a female avatar doesn't change the fact that it's still you're dating a dude, which is gay. This is answered in World of Warcraft. This is lore he already knows the answer to. This is I don't know why he's asking this question.
Only if you know it's a guy. All right, I really like that. So basically, it's like a Schrodinger's gay. Yes.
That is fair.
Yes.
That is fair. If you were dating a guy in World of Warcraft, it was only gay if you knew it was a guy. If you thought it was a chick, it wasn't gay. But if you found out it was a guy and was like, this is better, then it was extra gay.
So straight.
This is why traps are gay. Because traps aren't gay because you look at them and you think, oh, cute girl. It's because when they pull their pants down and you see that they have, like, you know, a horse, you're like, even better, that's gay. The moment like, if you like femboys, you know, more power to you, but you're not straight. If you're like, oh my goodness, I want it, that's not straight, that's a dude. You know?
I could suck a dick and it wouldn't be gay.
Oh, we went to the channel by accident. What a fucking statement. I can suck a dick and it wouldn't be gay. Can we go back to that video real quick?
Yes, bro, yes. I'm so straight, I could suck a dick and it wouldn't be gay.
What a fucking statement. But the one I wanted to show you because it was him being a disciple of Nurgle. No, it's not this one.
Which one?
Where's the video? Wait a minute. Videos. Here it is. This is the new one I wanted to show you.
Be inside it. Wash your, brush your teeth.
And for you,
I brush my teeth every day.
Also, you don't need to wash any of that stuff.
Yeah.
You don't need to wash your
That's
hair.
not true. See,
it's a fun little video to end
But
stream
what
on.
happened is that, like, on my chest.
Make sure to go to
I was
them and
actually
give them a
developing
like.
scales.
Appreciate what they do.
And I noticed it because I touched my chest and I realized that I couldn't even feel my own fingers. And I realized that I was actually evolving. And I had to, that's whenever I nerfed myself and I started showering again. I did. Like, there were actual scales and, like, armor that was being built up on my skin.
I feel like he's devolving into a lizard.
It took 3.5 months for that to happen.
3.5 months. That's just your skin. That's just calluses on your skin. I am growing scales. You're just not cleaning yourself.
It really was incredible what would happen. Like, and so for a long time, I was very sensitive to the cold.
Okay.
And I would get cold very easily and I would get overheated. And the longer I didn't shower, the more, like, that spectrum evolved. So, like, if I could only be comfortable in between 70 and 80 degrees,
okay,
by the end of those 3 months, I could be comfortable within 60 to, like, 90 degrees.
What? So he became more of a
And so,
lizard,
yeah,
but got greater
I
heat
feel like I
tolerance.
was- yeah, it was nuts. Was upgraded? Yeah, it was. I was growing your own insulation? I was, yeah.
What? Normally people just grow hair. Asmongold, I don't know if Asmongold's human. He's a little creature, but there's our build. Whoop. We'll be back on Wednesday with more. Hopefully I'll have the notes. God, I had so many notes to talk about, and I didn't talk about any of them because my phone broke. But we'll be back on on Wednesday. Let me look for a place to send you guys out to. I almost forgot to raid. I almost forgot, but I didn't. Let me look for a place to link out to for Twitch, because it doesn't tell me how many people are actually watching, because Twitch sucks. I'm just gonna be lazy and link out to Atya. Atya is playing... I don't know. Ladyboy! Oh, wait. Allow. How dare you? How dare you hold that for review? Oh my god. I would not want to discover a ladyboy. Oh my god. I like it whenever you go to Bangkok, whenever you go to Thailand, immediately people are like, ah! So you can fuck all the ladyboys every time. I was like, no, actually, like, I'm going there on business. Yeah, business, mum's the word. I don't know why Asmund makes you feel weird. Maybe it's just I don't like him. I didn't really like him in the past, in all honesty. When he's like doing, actually, when he's more doing like his like World of Warcraft coverage and whatnot, he felt like a very generic kind of like voice critical to me. But whether I agree with him or not, I always respect the fact that he actually feels like he's just saying his opinion, and he doesn't actually have audience capture, because if you actually watch him, he fucking pushes back on his audience constantly and fights with his audience constantly, which is one very good thing to see in a creator. And so even if I don't agree with him on like some things or what have you, I respect that. I respect that a lot, where it doesn't feel like he's stepping on eggshells, and he feels like he's more reflective than... well, it's complicated, but I respect him even if I don't agree with him. Unlike, say, some other creators, like other creators, you can feel like tap on, like not dance, walk on eggshells. So I respect at least that part of it. Oh, just don't strawman. They just strawman arguments, and they chat say something. They say, yeah, that's right. I feel like Asmongold breaks down things a little bit more, but he's not breaking things down in like a super political way. He's just being a normal dude. Now, whether you can, like, how do I put this? When he finds something interesting, he will try to understand it more, but a lot of things he doesn't understand, and he doesn't care, so he just kind of goes past them with the surface level information, is what he does. And that's not a good thing, but that's also just what people do in general. Ooh. Both of them. Alright. But let me look for a place to link you guys out to. Home. First ever Metal Gear Ooh, James playing Metal Gear Solid. That might be a nice place to send you. Why is YouTube so... Is anyone... Oh, thank you for not showing streamers first. Thank you. You no longer show live content first. Now they show videos first. So, that's wonderful. I'm probably gonna send you to JMez, because I think sending you to Metal Gear Solid would be nice. I'm gonna send you to JMez.
Can't, like, aim my guns at them.
Oh, you can hear that. Also, we don't have BGM, I just realized. BGM back. There we go. Okay. Let me send you to JMez. There you go. Okay. But I hope you can join us for later. Oh, what the hell? The Japanese peeps are already Frankensteining the Elysius from various Penelope and New Gundam parts. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. They're already making Elysiuses from scratch. They have Elysius at home, and it probably looks better than the fucking official Elysius, to be honest. Let me put in the Gundam channel before I leave. Oh, you know what? We can check that out. And if you check out those videos that I linked, the channel that I linked, make sure you like the, make sure you give those a like as well. I hope you enjoyed stream. We'll be again back on Wednesday. And let me just share what you got. Oh yeah, that's the if that's a Frankenstein, that's a good Frankenstein. I can see where they, like, you know, I think cut corners in some areas, but ooh, that is the wrong thing. That was my own channel. Don't worry about it. Discord. But yeah, just, we can end on this. Just look at that. So somebody making their own Elysius from, I guess, scratch. Ooh. Which is really what surprises me. I can see how they had to, like, do a little, how they're taking some, what is it? Some royalties? Not royalties. How they're liberties. How they're taking some liberties in some places. But I'd be really curious on how they got the feet. I want to know how much of this is, like, repurposed parts and how much of it is, like, 3D printed. That's what I would really like to know. The thing is, it looks like it all has a base coat of white on it, so God knows. If it was still, like, in its assembly state, like, where it's all put together, you could see, like, where the seams are, where everything's cut apart. But God knows, with it all painted, you can see a little bit of seamage in some places. These look like... Oh, I see what they did here. So these are new type funnels. New Gundam funnels, it appears. They just added little tips to them to get that shape correct. I see what they did there. Yeah, this has a lot of interesting things. I'd really want to know where the feet come from. I really want to know where the feet come from, because those are very unique feet on the kit. These right here. These are shoulder pads, but I don't know what they're from. I can tell you these are shoulder pads just because their shape. I'm almost 100% certain. I could be wrong. They could be thigh parts. But it looks like, that looks like a shoulder pad to me, but I have no idea what it's from. That is really cool that people are already making their own customs. That's what I like about Gundam, is that you can just do your own thing. You can do as much or as little as you want. You can just build it straight out the box. You can paint it. You can cut it apart, remake it. It's a very open-ended hobby. It's so cool. But anyways, go to Jamez, check him out. He's a fun, relaxing dude. Or go to Atya if you're on Twitter. On Twitch. I need to start streaming on Twitter as well. But in the meantime, I never made a live notification, did I? I never made a live notification. I'm gonna put up the end screen, because if I don't, I'm just gonna keep talking forever. But I never made a live notification, did I? I didn't. Ah, no wonder you guys came in late. I never made a live notification. I'm sorry. You know, Wednesday, I took a break for a week. I forgot how to do everything. On Wednesday, I'll have a live notification. And again, before we leave, welcome Sananju to the Discord. I don't even think she's here anymore, but welcome to the Discord. Welcome, guys, and I hope everyone has a great time. If you're in America, I hope you can watch the Lunar Eclipse tomorrow, and I hope you enjoy it. But in the meantime, keep being the boneheads I love you being, and keep on rocking on. This is Seth King signing off from me to you. There goes Twitch, and here goes